is an outrage.
What up, chat? Yo! How's it going? How's it going? Good to see you, good to see you. So about that all portals run,
No offense.
listen, you might notice a little bit of hostility in the chat today. That's because I won TI yesterday at the end of the stream. They're a little bit spicy about it, that's all. I checked the daily and it has the cube and the eye. I gotta do it today. I gotta make it happen.
I'm not gonna dog.
Wait, you died yesterday? Weren't you also talking shit about tiny brain deaths? Okay, don't try to compare our deaths, alright? Your death was, you held a wand that would instantly kill you, and you were like, I think firing this wand is a good idea. You fired it, and you blew up and died.
Well,
You just killed yourself. It was like, you just exploded. Mine was that an enemy picked up a wand and insted me like off screen with that shit. We are not the same. We are not the same. And you live in Texas? What is that? What the hell? Hold up. He's just talking shit now. He's just talking shit. You left a wand for 2 mobs and popped up with them just off screen, right where you knew they would be. No, first off, I didn't know they would be there. I just kind of was shooting in the general direction because I was thinking they shouldn't have, even if they picked up the wand, I wouldn't expect them to have picked up the wand and roamed out of the area so quickly, which they did.
You guys could see this guy right.
It was bullshit, man. Listen, the reason there's so much hostility, let's be honest, is because I busted out the crown yesterday. If you guys weren't here, I did bust out the crown, and then I farmed a dub on the Twitch integration scrubs. Yes. They tried to come out and they thought that they could take me on, the champion, and I crushed them. I crushed them. And so because of that, they've been a little bit hostile since then. Is he a little bit feisty? How about you crush the daily? Yes. Yes, Wriggle Knight, you're right. Today we crush the daily in an all portals run. Please, God. Hard possession, random seed, all boss world. Right? What? No way. No fucking way. 14 hours ago? Oh my God. Hold up. This is actually significant. Oh my God. Hold on. If anyone doesn't know why this is significant, I'll show you. I will show you. Time to watch the whole thing? I want to. First off, look at the time difference. This is crazy. But the reason I want to point this out, so Yoke's been trying for a long time to get this world record. He literally got it 2 days ago. He had to hold on to the world record for roughly 24 hours. And if you don't believe me that he was trying for a while, in his run that we just watched yesterday, his new world record, it says at the bottom left, let me mute this. If you look right around this area here, see it says attempts 3,772. So he did 3,770, well now 3 runs to get the new world record. He held on to it for 1 day. And then fucking hard possession immediately takes it back. Oh my God. What's the message say? It says yoink. Okay, we gotta watch this one. Hold up. We gotta watch this shit. What the fuck? This is crazy. All right, move that there. We gotta check this out. This is the new world record. Taking Yoke's record away after 24 hours. I have to see it. It's gonna restart, don't worry.
Russian guy taking from a Polish guy? Looks like history is doomed to always repeat itself.
What's that? Oh shit, hold up. Here we go. This is the world record, I think. Chad?
If you come for the king, you best not miss.
Dude, I'm so curious. He has by the way, in case you're curious, there's a couple of the reskins for the characters that are allowed. I'm guessing this is one that is allowed. It is listed on the speedrunner area. Like they have a rule set, and you can see which ones are allowed and stuff. Get the timer going. I don't know what that character is. I don't actually know. You say, is it a Pokemon? I have no idea. I thought custom skins were banned from speedrunning. Certain ones are allowed if they are approved. Hard Possession is an experienced speedrunner, so I have a feeling he knows which ones are approved. So immediately gets teleports. Like he just stares at it for a moment. Oh shit. Smacks his face into that. This beginning seems like a little sloppy, doesn't it? But that's just how like speedrunning goes, because in speedrunning you kind of have to just bash your face into things. You can't really always be making like a clean route. You're just like trying to, you know, get forward as quickly as possible. Something about his editing seems so much more calm than Yolk's. Yolk's like, brrr, like it goes so quick. Hard Possession's just like, I'll take this. I'll throw this away. Oh my god. I just picture Yolk watching this world record and seething. He's like, son of a bitch. this piece of shit. This is the world record. Hard Possession is crazy though. I'm guessing he just is waiting to get that in his groove and he's just gonna go nuts.
Oh, I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Rumbling with the 10-monthers. Stay Hard Possession. Excuse me? What? Alright. So he's got the way to dig through the whole world super quick. He's got Black Hole. I don't know. We'll have to see what his plans are. Ran straight into a fair. Look at him. He's the reason he's trying to get this. Well, no, I guess he didn't care for the egg. Does he already have an egg? I think he actually has an egg trigger, doesn't he? I don't know what he's glancing around for. Probably a plasma of some kind. There is a plasma and a short telly. Damn, it's crazy. He's only 3.5 minutes into the run. Was that? No, that's not acid balls with acid trail. I think it was acid balls with oil trail. Oh, there's a puzzle. He goes for the explosion immunity, which is inside exploding corpses. He gets the freezing gaze. Oh, egg with. Okay. Oh, he actually goes for a heart. I guess he was going that route anyway, so he figured might as well grab it. Then ambrosia? It is. Okay, so he's over here. He throws the eggs. 1, 2, 3. He waits for the greed curse to kill the boss. Damn, that thing killed him fast. They like moved perfectly. Doesn't want to go into the chaotic poly. He avoids it. He gets the repulsion sector, I guess, so he can just yeet the black holes faster. And to keep himself safe probably as well. Oh, he said fuck the acceleration, doesn't need it now that he has that. Oh, he gets the Holy Lance. He steals the Holy Lance. Holy Lance is pretty damn good because of so many bosses that Holy fucks up. Specifically, I think he probably got it for the Leviathan, I'm assuming. Takes a little bit to kill that boss. He's zooming. So he's killed 3 bosses so far. Kolmi, the door boss, and as you can see, the like a pyramid boss. So he's got 12 more bosses to kill. Right here, he gets the Touch of Piss, which you specifically have to have a save file that allows you to get that, because you can only get that one time per, like, your entire save file. Oh, he didn't even grab the Nala. He said, fuck that. I guess the short telly is just good enough, and it adds more time having to go edit it and stuff. Here's the bridge boss. Oh, shit. He missed a couple shots, but he got him killed. He's not even checking the loot. You can see him die. Same with the deer orb. Oh, yeah, because they need it for the innocent creature kill. Yeah, true. True. I guess he hasn't grabbed that yet, right? I haven't seen it yet. He gets it whenever he goes to kill the Forgotten, which he has the eye now. Oh! The reason he's going for the liquid and not just waiting it out is because you can remove the stain faster using a different liquid, and the specific liquid that he ran into is unstable polymorphine. It is the longest of the polymorphines. You actually are polyed for a good chunk of time. It takes forever. Oh, he wants that heart. He says fuck the heal. Is it 20 seconds and then compared to like the regular one, which is like 14 seconds or some crap? 11 seconds? I don't remember. I think it's 14. Oh, it's literally 10? So it's double. 10 versus 20. So unstable polymorphine is twice the duration. He's going for the dragon. Oh no, he's going for the dragon and the... Oh, he just instas the friend. Come on. He's going for the dragon kill. Touch of just instantly kills him with a touch of urine, him and the friendly boss. And then now he's running over to Mecha. Oh no, to the Meat Realm boss. Does the touch of work on the Meat Realm boss? Oh, it does. Dude, so the last 3 bosses he insta killed. He accidentally clicked his little timer thing in the top left. The last 3 bosses that he killed, he used the touch of urine on them. And he's actually about to use it again on this next boss, which is the Mecha Kolmi. He's a little sloppy with those black holes. They're all over the place. Oh, shit. Got him. But why is he grabbing that? I'm not sure I understand the grab of the spatial awareness. Yeah, maybe you just have it, probably. He's using the wand that the Meat Realm boss dropped, which is a chainsaw wand, and he's shredding the orbs. Yeah, he already killed the friend boss. That's why chat's saying force a habit. Because sometimes the order, I think, gets a little bit funky, and he coincidentally ran into the friendly boss. He didn't know it was there. I think he just happened to be going by the area and probably took a small detour to be like, you know, maybe it's there. And it just happened to be there. So he killed him then. I guess. Oh, he had to go back for the stone. I was a little confused. Like, wait, what just happened? He wanted to get the edit stone so he can make modifications on his wands on the run. Woo! He has an add timer. Wait, add timer? Shouldn't it be add trigger? Oh no, add trigger on the plasma timer on the plasma cross, which then leads to the holy. That makes sense. Where's he heading to right now? He's heading to the Forgotten boss. He's going to take the portal that takes you to the orb. The orb is going to have the deer spell in it because he has a special file that doesn't have it unlocked. There's the deer spell. You need that for killing innocent creatures. Because you have to kill a certain amount of innocent creatures for one of the bosses to show up. But he doesn't need to worry about sitting there and killing them because he'll accidentally kill enough innocent creatures just from using the deer spell on this boss right here, the Forgotten. Whew. There he goes. I'm assuming that would be enough on its own. And now he sets up the chain of Holy Lance stuff. It's like a trigger and a trigger. He's putting triggers inside of each other so that you end up getting just a ton of Holy Lances. Then he takes the portal. Oh shit, that was quick. Did he kill enough? Oh, he already killed enough. Yeah, he killed enough innocent creatures. He's gonna insta this. Woo! So then now he's actually gonna lock in the win because he has one boss remaining. And this is the classic that you see like every one of the speedrunners for the all boss category do these days. What? Yeah. And what you do is you lock in the win, but the timer doesn't stop until after the credits. There's this moment that your score pops up. That's when the timer ends. So you're allowed to end the run and still keep killing bosses. So he kills a boss that reflects all the damage into him, and so the boss dies, he dies, timer, and then boom, time. Whoo! Hard possession is in fact him. I had no idea, man.
What now? What now? Adapters?
Look at him, hold
Get back
on.
all bosses. Tab 11, I'm waiting. Still sick.
Wait, hold on, wait, what was that last part he said? What was that last part? Hold on, let me hear it all. So he says, what now?
What now? Adapters? Get back to all bosses.
Get back to all bosses.
Tab 11.
Oh shit! Was that directed at Yolk? Get back to all bosses.
This wasn't
Oh
even
shit!
optimal SMH.
That's crazy. Not Yolk salt. It wasn't even optimal. Listen.
Get back to all bosses.
Get back to all bosses.
Tab 11, I'm waiting.
I don't know about the last part. Something about he's baiting. I don't know. Like he's jerking it. I'm not sure on that last part. But brother didn't just yoink the record, he also imprisoned Yolk. Dude, this is a wild one because again, it took hundreds of hours probably for Yolk to get that last record just for hard possession to take it back in a day. That's crazy. That's crazy, but it is fun to see some good competition. Hard possession and Yolk.
Did you know that 2027 is the year of hard possession? After all, it's the year of the goat.
Isn't it the year of the horse? Oh, 2027 is the year of the goat. Gotcha.
See this guy right now.
All right. Portal Redemption Part 3. Yes. Yes. All right, Chad. Here it is for the third time. It is official. We're going to be doing the same run as yesterday and the time before. We've had some things happen, okay? We've had some things happen, and for some reason, every time I try this challenge, something kills me unrelated to the challenge. First day was a freak accident of electricity. Here, hold. We can go through this real quick. Let's see. All right, this should be easy. All right, so first off, our first attempt at the all portal run, and I'll explain the all portal run in case you're confused on what it is exactly, but that you don't need to know that knowledge to understand what I'm about to show you right here. So first we had this occurred, which this was my first attempt at the challenge. This was back before Steam made some of the changes that they did. All right, just some sweaty nerd yapping. Ignore him. Ignore him. List. You could view their shut your mouth, library, nerd. Like the hours they played in them and whatnot. And so what I did, like the hours they played in them and whatnot. And so what I did, no! basically, for anybody who's a pro, obviously they're watching this and they're saying, oh, he played it almost flawlessly. Slight error. So right here, I actually hover just to wait to make sure there is nothing deadly. I should have hovered for about 1 more second just to be certain. It was unlucky timing, but I didn't hear any electricity. I let my guard down for a moment, and not only that, but if you watch this, this is insanely unlucky because we could have gotten hit by one of these electrical pulses, and I'm pretty sure we survive. Like we walk away from that. But what happened is the second pulse that went to the surface, like bounces off of the surface and goes through the head of my character. Dude, I don't know what that shit that's about. And this is what pumps me with that extra damage that actually kills the run. So anyways, that was how our first attempt went. Then,
Of course I do.
then we have attempt number 2. There earlier, otherwise I would have used them on that one part. Oh, well. Oh shit, that is a deadly setup in that room. That is a very deadly setup. Oh!
Gotcha, bitch.
Kachin got it.
Oh!
Intentionally dense.
Huh?
So, we are trying this for a 3rd time. I think, who was it in the chat that said a redemption arc 2? Because yesterday was supposed to be my redemption arc. But today's redemption arc 2, even more redemptioner than ever. Because that's definitely not a made-up word. And I will play perfectly today. Flawlessly. Start a new game. Wait, is everything else good? Start daily run. Aqua throw from yesterday. We'll check this out later. I'm a little lazy right now. Listen, Aqua throws every day. I say that as I died the last 2 daily runs. Sup, you moist maniacs? Redemption circle. I was a little slow. The redemption circle. No, listen, it happened twice. All right, if something happens twice, you don't call it a streak. You know, that's like, if it was 3 times, I'll give you that. Yeah, around the 3rd time, but 2, no. So the all player portals run. For those who don't know, if you type !challenge in the chat, it will give you a description of what we're doing. But basically all it is there are certain portals in the game that the player has to do something to get them to appear. There are 13 of these. There's actually more, but some of the portals in the game, for example, like the Leviathan portals, those appear after you've killed the Leviathan 1 time. In the future, if you do a new run and you have not killed the Leviathan, those portals are still there. So we are trying to bring in portals that, even on a file where you've done everything, you still have to bring in a new portal of it each game, so, or each run. It doesn't carry over from previous runs, is essentially the idea. So there's 13 portals that meet those qualifications. One of them does say the Leviathan portal, but so people don't get confused, the Leviathan portal isn't referring to those. Usually when we say the Leviathan portals, it's these 6 portals that are always, let's see. These are usually referred to as the Leviathan portals, because there's 6 of them. You have to kill the Leviathan 1 time in your Noita journey for them to appear. But for today, these portals are already there, so that's not a new portal, because we already have a file where everything's unlocked. But when you kill the Leviathan, did I scroll to the wrong one? No. When you kill the Leviathan, what happens is he summons a portal above his head. That's the portal that we do need to make appear today. As I'm spitting on myself over here. So we need to kill the Leviathan for the portal he summons in, not for the 6 portals that already exist in the run. Will you be doing the Eldritch Portal? We'll just be casting the Eldritch Portal spell. We won't actually be doing anything with, like, causing it to move our character. We'll just yap about how it's, you know, apparently can kind of be bugged out and used as a portal. That's about it. Yeah, we got spark triggers in the first zone. Can't complain. Are all the portals possible on the seed? Apparently they are. Latali said that they should be possible on it, so I trust good old Latali. Dude, these plants are so frustrating. What is this mod? We're playing vanilla, but if you're talking about the biome modifier, this is that one that usually appears in the jungle where the plants grow all over the place. It's very annoying. Can you say the biome modifier in emoji so I can better understand it? You're part of the problem, Elizabeth, damn it. You're part of the problem. Because of you, I got a QZ asking some crazy-ass questions. You should end the run with Cessation Portal Trick to complete the challenge, truly. Cessation Portal Trick. Oh, so the issue is I think you have to do that with, like, no perks and... There's like all... Yeah, that's why we're not really going to probably do that. Because there's all these special stipulations of, like, don't have a stain on your character, do this, do that. It's just, it's like this glitchy behavior, and it's probably not worth the trouble. 4-second lifetime to cessation, cast it just as you enter a portal with far destination equals get deleted. Oh, are they talking about that one? Oh, the one where you kill yourself using cessation? I don't know if that really qualifies as a player portal. It's really kind of silly. With the stupid plants from the jungle. Are you kidding me right now? I'm about to use a missile just because this is getting annoying. Die already. Yes, this enemy usually doesn't show up here. This is because of... This is because of the biome modifier. It can bring in some extra enemies along with it, which is that plant. Can you please throw the run today right before locking in the win? It will be absolute cinema. We do not need believers here. I voted yes. What the hell? You want to kill your own streak? You're getting a little bit crazy. Oh, wait, there's a great chest on today's daily? Nobody's even mentioned this.
Legalize nuclear bombs.
Nobody even said there was a great chest today. Cool. What's it gonna be? These are very rare.
Wow.
Oh shit. That's, I mean, for an early game one, that's pretty hype. That's pretty hype. Especially given that I already have spark triggers. That's could have been, it could have been better. All right, I will admit it could have been better. But this is not bad. It's not that bad. I mean, the reason the most of chat will be disappointed is because you got to remember, great chests can have the craziest stuff in the game. There's a video I made where there's a great chest in the first zone, and when you open it up, you get like over like 1,500 HP, all from one chest. It drops over 1,500 HP worth of hearts. So it can be, you can get really, really wild stuff. Now, obviously a single wand, that's not crazy, but it could have been worse. I have opened great chests and gotten like a single flask of like worm pheromone. It's like, wow, that's insane. Actually, it wasn't single flask. It was like a flask of worm pheromone and like 2 flasks of like salt or some shit. There's a great chest in this run too. You still get mileage out of this image there, Mind's Eye. You degenerate. He saves this bad boy just so that anything brought up with chess that he can post it. No, not smash. Chat, control yourselves. I don't want to see that.
Smash, smash.
Chat, no.
Smash, smash. Smash.
What's the best great chest non-seeded that I've gotten?
Belong on a cross.
Best great chest that I've opened that was not seeded. So just randomly I discovered it. Let me think for a moment. The best great chest that I found. Chat probably remembers better than I do. I mean, it happens so rarely that it's hard to remember. It probably would have been a couple years ago. It's probably this one. That's a Rickroll, you piece of shit. Gotta get better at recognizing whenever Mr. A links something to ignore him. Dunk, should I do the moon quest before I do the sun quest? Yeah, just because it makes it easier that way. But if you don't do it in that way, it's not like, oh my god, it's impossible now. It's just like, oh, it's a, you know, the moon quest is going to be harder than it normally should be because the suns are going to be in the way. So you have to learn how to work around them, manipulate them. The normal order is, yeah, moon quest then sun quest. I'm gonna get rid of the bouncing burst. Swap in that. I like it. Yeah, we got a good old no-hit run going until I step in some fire in a moment. So in the early days, the great chests, the value of things were kind of a bit different because there's a stone in Noita called the water stone. You get it from going to the hell essence, and then you remove the essence with the essence removers. And the hell essence, when it's removed, well, it's called the water essence. It'll give you a water stone, and that stone is kind of cool, right? You can do some really fun stuff with it. But in the early days of Noita, it actually you could only get the water stone from a great treasure chest. It was the only way. There was no essence remover and all. There was no concept of like this essence gives you this stone. That didn't exist. So I remember on a great chest I had drop a water stone, and I was like, holy shit. And we just had fun running around with it and all that crap. So back then that was like the best great chest I had ever found. Obviously that's no longer special at all since you can get it every single run. But back then in the moment, it was memorable. Squanchy says you can easily do both the moons and suns in one run if you go to New Game Plus and get the sunstones before going to New Game Plus. Wait, is that true? I can't remember when it comes to the moon quest and the sun quest at the same time because the trigger stuff is a little bit scary. You gotta be careful. Oh shit. Okay, definitely took some damage on that one. Those plants got me cornered in there. I got a bit scary. Ow. We're just taking all the damage now. I didn't hear his shotgun rack at all. Can you lock the fuck in? That wasn't my fault. That was the plants like grew behind me and blocked me in. If I bring the 4 essences in the middle of the sun, after I replace the moon, does it trigger the moon quest? So what will have to happen is you have to move. So if the sun is sitting on top of the moon, think of it as like overlapping on top of that trigger, and it doesn't allow for it to the trigger to interact with the player. You have to move the sun out of the way so that the trigger can then interact with the player, which that's what makes things kind of complicated if you do things in like a weird order. But then another thing to keep in mind is a lot of these like trigger points, once you have interacted with them in a run, you cannot interact with them again until you get your world to like reset. That's why some people say, oh, you go to New Game Plus for this or that. But the issue with that is that sometimes people say, okay, well, I'll go to New Game Plus to reset the triggers so that I can then interact with the, the moons and stuff. But if you're trying to make your sun in New Game Plus, there's certain things that are needed for the sun that don't exist in New Game Plus. So you have to carry those resources with you. You have to make a mental note to grab those before you go to New Game Plus, because once you're in New Game Plus, there's no turning back. You can't go back and get it. So for example, like the Forgotten Boss drops the Sun Seed. If you're in New Game Plus, you can't get the Sun Seed there. All you have to do is get 2 Sunstones in New Game, get the Essences, do 1 moon, go to New Game Plus, do the 2nd moon. Go to New Game Plus, do the 2nd moon, go to New Game Plus Plus, do the sun, go to New Game Plus Plus Plus, do the Dark Sun. It's pretty simple actually. But in that case, you have to, I guess you would have to, there's something off about that. You have to create 3 suns if you want to do the sun quest in its entirety. Actually, wait, no, that may not be true. You may be able to move the sun from heaven onto the dark sun and use that one for both of them. Because you need the regular sun in heaven, but you also need a regular sun down in hell for a certain step within the sun quest. Yeah, you make sure you go in with a game plan, I guess. Like I said, it's gonna be possible. I just don't remember all the steps. It's very easy to mess one of those steps up, and then you're like, oh, I'm fucked. All you have to do is describe 10 hours worth of gameplay. Ooh, another chest. Alright, we're not going to open this while standing on that because we do not want to get electrocuted. Alright, no electricity dropped. Good to see. Acid Ball does give us a way to escape the first mountain, so we'll take it, I guess. Ow. Other than perk duping, have the devs made anything harder / easier? You mean like through the whole duration of Noita, or just like with one of the most the recent patch, which was still not that recent? It was like a couple years ago. They've definitely made things. They've tried to nerf many things through the years, and I can't really remember. They have buffed a couple things, of course, but not as much as they've nerfed, which makes sense because whenever something becomes so broken that it's the only thing you need to win, then they're like, okay, we probably need to make this a little bit better. Let me see. So, for example, parallel world travel got nerfed. Wait, if what? Parallel world travel got nerfed? Explain that one. When's the last time you lost an orb run? An orb run? Like run where we specifically just wanted to grab orbs? Probably been a long time. What's something they removed from the game that you miss? Something they removed that I missed. That I miss now. Oh, bets are closing, but predictions are closing, chat. Exclamation mark, yes, you think I'm gonna win. Exclamation mark, no, think I'm gonna lose. Last chance, type it in while you can. Something that I miss. So, the stuns, the old stun system was cool, but also I get why they changed it because it was insanely frustrating. But, you know, Noita is like a very clippable game, right? Like, you have some ridiculous moment happen, and then you clip it, and then you share it with the community. The old way that getting hit worked was that when you got hit, you pretty much would just free fall until you hit something solid. And this led to some hilarious Noita moments. Like, we're talking about somebody getting hit by, like, the tiniest little speck of damage, and your character just falling, and there just happened to not be any ground beneath them. So they just keep falling and falling, looking like, you know, their character is just, like, trying to land on something, and then, like, after falling for, like, 10 seconds, you just fucking land in lava. And you're like, oh, shit. There were some good ones, but I also get why they removed that. They changed the way it works, where now you get hit and like you'll just fall for like a second. You're like, oop, and just go back to levitating. They did it because it was frustrating, pretty much feeling like you just lost your controls and you waited till you were just dead. All right, some of you guys are getting left in the cold. I'm sorry, I had to do it. We'll be sitting there forever, waiting on you chumps. Short telly, that is big. Early hold. Okay. Well, we got Wand Experimenter. Life is good. Guess we grab the bomb. We could grab the explosion. Afraid I'm actually gonna get myself killed though. Goofing around. So because we have Wand Experimenter, this is huge. All right, today's daily's the early area was annoying with the plants, but First Zone Wand Experimenter, I think you could argue that this may be one of the best perks in the entire game to start with in the first Holy Mountain. Its value drops off pretty quickly, but the first mountain is actually insane. So the reason, because of that, I'm gonna grab this heal early because we're going to have tons of heals, so there's no reason to even risk having low health at all. No reason to risk that shit. And then I'm going to stuff some spells in here, I guess, to kind of just spam at stuff. I'll go ahead and put that there. Buy that shield, I'm scared. All right, let's all. He thinks he's hilarious. Fine. Are you happy now? Got to get that protection in. He's like, I trust nothing. Get some extra protection going. Could you give me your parents' contact, please? I'd like to compare our shared experience of being constantly disappointed in you. Give me back my 20 streak. God, loser. What? Hold on. Look, yes, things happened yesterday, and we may have died, but I did get a Twitch integration win on a bet soon afterwards. And everybody in the chat clapped. And they were very impressed. Actually, they were mainly raging, but still, it happened. So Dunk keeps throwing runs, I see. It was 2 times! You know, if something happens twice, you don't, it doesn't mean... It's not a pattern, okay? Twice is not a pattern. 3, okay, maybe there's a pattern, but it hasn't happened a 3rd time. Stop trying to curse this run. My -3 says something different. You probably bet on TI wrong or something then. I've only lost 2 dailies. Okay, the nightmare run, that's not a daily, okay? That's different. It was not a daily. It was bullshit. Man, we're really kind of just walking around killing enemies, not getting any hearts, any chests, any wands. Game, don't forget to give me some resources. Thank you, please. Alright, just had to complain. That was the key. That was the key. Gets a great chest, complains. It was, I mean, it dropped 1 wand, which was pretty good. But still, you gotta expect, I don't think that was my first heart to get, right? Yeah, that was my very first heart to find that we just grabbed. There's a freeze here, that's kind of a big deal. So now that I found a new wand, I can, and it's a safe wand too, so I can just fire this. And now we're back to full health. The power of Wand Experimenter. Finds short telling the first mountain, complains. Listen, I don't consider the mountain part of the zone, alright? The zone wasn't giving me anything. The mountain did cough up a loot. Do like the short telly. Another wand. Oh, shit. Well, shit. That's a pretty good wand. How are we gonna do this? I'll leave that one there for the moment, but we're going to come back for it because I do want that stuff off of it. There's a chance for a heart right here. And we did not get it one. Unlucky. Can hearts be buried behind powders? Yes. That spot that I was just looking is a common one to have a heart hidden behind the powder. That's why I was digging away at it. Let's go ahead and swap that with that. Toss this away. Then we run on over here. Grab this. We do not want to cast it because we want those heals. Those sweet, sweet heals. In this area I already checked. Pretty certain. The reason it's important to kind of clear this area out somewhat thorough is we are going to be looking for a portal that can be summoned in. It's one of the 13 portals. It needs a meditation cube. But there's a good chance we'll have to go to a parallel world to try to get our hands on it. Which, unfortunate, but that's statistically the reality. So normally these kind of wands are like, ah, shitty wand, but remember, every wand that I find represents a heal for Wand Experimenter. So right now we have 2 heals stored up, one in this wand right here, and one in that wand we just walked away from. There's another heal for us. This one has luminous timers on it. Damn. I think I'm gonna grab that. It just sucks to give up my only okay digging. Oh, this is I think. No, wait, no, that's a formation that's with the fucking wand. It's a wand puzzle formation, meaning if you go to the same spot but in a parallel world, there's a good chance there'll be a there's a high chance or higher chance than normal that there will be a wand puzzle that you can solve and you get a wand from it. Yeah, I forgot this one is kind of different. The meditation cube isn't about the formation so much, I don't think. Ooh, Alchemist killer, random bullshit. Alright, I messed up. I should have put up that one wand. We'll put this here for now. Grab that. Oh my gosh, there's wands everywhere. Okay, so let's say that I wanted to get a heal from this wand, even though we really don't need it. But this wand's kind of dangerous. It's a shuffle. It's got all these things on it that could just be... It could lead to me getting hurt really badly. So you don't want to fire it. What you would do is you drag the spells onto the ground. Not if I was to pick this up and place it into another spot, that will count as an edit. If I drag it and place it onto the ground, it is not an edit. So, dropping stuff in certain piles. So the things that I want to keep, I'm dropping over there. Things I'm not interested, we drop over here. And now this wand has, I took them off in such a way that it thinks it's an unedited wand, so when I cast it, it still heals me. Not a big deal right now, but in general it's a good skill to know. And same goes for this wand. We can edit it by dropping the stuff onto the ground like this, then picking up the spells off the ground, and then I'm going to place that in the ceiling. So if I need a heal desperately, I know that I can grab this one, and the game does not know it's been edited. So we'll use that for resources. And then grab this up, put that there. Put the spark bolt here. Alright, we're okay. I'm trying to decide if it would be worth swapping in the explosion here. Let's do that. Let's have fun with it. It's a little bit of a risky move because you don't want to you'll hurt yourself pretty badly if you hit yourself, but enemies will also die way quicker with that explosion on there. Oh shit, right there as I accidentally shot a pixel right in front of me. But we have a wand right here, so we just cast. And we're back to full health. That's the main reason that I'm willing to use an explosive thing, because like, I can heal up. I'll balance out the damage that I do to myself. Until we run into a swapper, that is, in which case it's going to be like, oh, we got to tablet him. Does it keep healing the properties even if you put the spells from the usual wand into a new one? It keeps healing properties if you, as long as you drag them onto the ground, then you can pick those spells up and do whatever the hell you want with them. It's just, basically think of it like this. There's all these squares, right? Some the squares, these are the slots. There's slots on the wands, there's slots in your inventory. If a spell moves from one slot to another slot in one motion, then that's considered an edit. So from this slot to this slot, that's an edit. This slot to this slot, that's an edit. This slot to one of these, that's an edit. This slot to the ground, that's not a slot. That's not an edit. And so you can, as long as you avoid making an edit take place on that specific wand, then you're good. There's a flask thrower. I don't like where he was making a move for the wand. I had to kill him. There's another wand to heal off of. There's a fake chest. Do like, ooh, buddy. Well, I guess we're gonna let go of our digging wand. That wand went down in value really fast. Gotta kill that healing mage pretty quickly.
I was frozen today. Speed.
I'm missing a tiny bit of health, so what I'll do is this is a toxic sludge mist. And I want to cast it. So what we're gonna do is we can go underwater, and then we'll cast it, and then that way we can get the heal, but not get hit by the toxic sludge, which will hit us with that toxic effect. Do you want the black holes? Oops. Oh, come on. I can't fucking aim for... Oh, okay, buddy. You try to pull that shit. Don't you... Hey! There we go. It was a double nest. The black holes only matter if he doesn't blow himself up. Why do you think I'm going to blow myself up? I haven't done anything to make you believe that would happen. No, there will be no consumes. The reason we can't do a consume is it's a portal run. And the portal run actually relies on blood and water. So you could accidentally make this an impossible run if you do fungal shifting. Is this a swapper or is that a telemage? That's a swapper. Sir, you're in an annoying spot. Let's see if I can get him out of there. I don't want to shoot him because he'll swap me into the explosion damage. There we go. We're almost got him out. There we go. Need somewhere that the tablet could move a little bit so that I could actually damage him. I didn't trust it not upwarping when I tried to throw it at that other angle. Didn't the black hole wand have ambrosia next to it, or am I crazy? I think it was fire. Right? Now you're making me doubt myself. Let me go see. This one right here? Yeah, it was fire potion. See? That is a fire potion, friend. Lots of short tellies, but we already have one, so we don't really need more than the one we got. Yeah, buddy. Explosions are eating them up. Probably see why now I wanted to use the explosion. Just so I could more quickly get around, even if it was a very tiny risk. To myself. Very small risk. Famous last words. Ah. This. One of the cool things is this one right here can't really... It doesn't have the mana to cast any of these black holes. So pretend these were all dangerous spells, but they didn't have the mana to cast it. It means you can just like try to cast it, and that still gives you the heal, just for attempting to use it. I don't think I've ever seen you use the explosion spell. It's kind of a special setup that we have here, because you gotta remember the explosion spell is kind of expensive. 80 mana. Then you have an early spark trigger, and you have a wand that has the mana pool that can use it pretty well. It's you don't always get these things falling into your lap. Kind of an unusual situation, but I like it. I mean, I wish it was more viable. It's still not bad. It's just, I hate having those wands that you like fire it, and then you're like, just waiting for it to recharge. Like, this is fun. How do you plan to throw today, or do you want it to be a surprise? There will be no throws today. Flawless gameplay only. I'd already told chat. We're not done with the previous area, but I want to quickly check this mountain because we are in great shape right now. So remember, we have Wand Experimenter, right? That means every single one of these wands is a big heal. So that's why the perk is so good early, because you're just, as long as you can keep yourself from getting insta-killed, you have so many opportunities to restore your HP. Just be afraid of an insta. Which is how I've died the last couple days, but still. Alright, let's do this. Black holes are all going to get moved to this wand. What happens if I put this here? What does that do to the explosion? That's the same. I dig it. The 3 damage there, sure, why not? I guess we don't need this many black holes. It's a little bit extreme. Also, we can get rid of some of this garbage stuff that I have stored up there for whatever reason. So here's kind of a weird min-maxing moment. Is that it's kind of tempting just to leave this heart behind because you're like, I'm pretty much full health. But you gotta remember that the Holy Mountain Hearts, not only do they heal you, but they also give you permanent 10 HP. So since heals are so easy for me to get, I just figure I grab it not even for the heal. In that case, I'm actually grabbing it for the plus 10 HP permanently. A little crazy, I know, but I think it's the best play. We're just gonna roll this again. Ooh. Okay, hold up. Hold up. While Tinker is definitely awesome with Wand Experimenter, if I take Tinker and I die to some off-screen insta, I'm gonna be so mad. Like the last two streams in the daily run that died, Saving Grace would have saved those runs. But Tinker is so damn convenient. You're a god gamer, you don't need Saving Grace? That's so true. That's so true. See, this is where a lot of new players, they underestimate, or I don't think it's necessarily underestimating Saving Grace, more overestimating Tinker, because Tinker does make the game more enjoyable, more convenient, all that kind of stuff. But if I'm playing for $1 million right now, or somebody has a gun to my head, something crazy, right? So you're having to make choices that you're like, I don't give a shit about anything else. I just need the win. Then I believe Saving Grace is actually the better call there, because you remove because Noita is about, it's got chaos going on, and you're trying to control the chaos. You're trying to make sure you don't get fucked by something that just you didn't see coming.
Time for another bonus digression.
But Tinker. So nice. Exactly. Tinker plus Wand-Mart. If I die on this run,
I can make it. Hurley,
this is the moment I fucked
get out
up.
of the way. I'm spry.
It's just hard whenever you're playing a game like Noita to choose something that gives you so much more enjoyment and mobility and all. Just like it just makes the game flow so much more when you have Tinker. That's my streamer. Thank you, thank you. Gotta make the chat proud. Actually, this one here was not bad. And since you have Tinker on the go, we can actually do that thing where you drop him on the ground and still get heals. So that part is nice. It does combo quite nicely. What is that right there? Acid? Oh, hey, we got a heal. Alright, so we drop these onto the ground, and then we use this. Now we're healed up.
It's a football. I chiseled it.
I chiseled it. If that didn't have... Well, you still could make it work, but I'd rather not. But that's kind of an interesting one. Stupid poison arc. Here's an example of where you don't want to accidentally hit yourself. Oh shit. Oh, we got him. Nice. Yeah, exactly. The poison arc is safe as long as there's only one spell. Are we needing heals at all? We are needing heals. Okay, so we'll just grab this up, drop these onto the ground, cast it like so, get our heals from it, hold on to the speed up. We don't need another freeze, that's fine. And while this is the meditation cube, this is not considered a player summon portal because, as you can see, the portal is already there. I didn't do anything special to make it appear, so not a player summon portal. To get to the meditation cube, that is a player summon portal. That's what we're looking for. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and move to the next area. I don't know if there is a meditation cube that I missed laying around somewhere. It's possible, but we'll worry about that whenever we get like all-seeing eye and we're moving around quicker, all that kind of stuff. Is it 100% to spawn a meditation cube every seed? No, it's not 100%. There has to be apparently like a certain kind of setup going on or some shit. The meditation cube is a bit different from many other things. Because all the other like wand formations or wand puzzle formations, and in this zone here, there's an eye that we're going to be looking for. We're looking for certain formations, but apparently the meditation cube you look for something different. And but it was already looked at today by Latali. He said it is possible to get those portals. It has the, I guess, the appropriate setup that you can get them. Oh, that's kind of an interesting one right here. Ground to sand. You don't see that very often. This used to be a big deal way back in the day. It was used as a way to get around, like, because Greek letters didn't exist in Noita, so to have to get creative with stuff like an always cast ground to sand meant that you could use it to, you know, travel the map with infinite digging. And yes, ground to sand does work on cursed rock, which is kind of cool. The reason this guy is so hard for me to kill is he's pretty much built his resistances and stuff are the opposite of what I have for damage. He doesn't give a shit about explosion damage, and freezing actually heals him. So my freeze on here, I believe, is actually healing himself. Oh shit! Could have been bad. I was yapping and the sniper grabbed some TNTs. Can I have permission to play my sound? Hit it, Garlic. Boom, boom, boom. Outer Wilds DLC was actually on the last variety game vote. I didn't check to see where it landed. I guess it didn't do as well as some people in the community hoped. They were hoping for some Outer Wilds DLC, maybe one day. But right now, I've been having a blast with Dark Souls 2. I mean, besides like one little zone that I found kind of annoying to deal with. But besides that, it's been pretty badass. Woo! A little bit of electricity. Make sure there wasn't a second electric box. No, we're good. Ooh! That's what I'm talking about. Wax says, do I have permission to play mine? Hit it, Wax. That silence says everything.
Dota actually sucks. Yeah. Okay. Dota is fucking trash.
Mods, take his permission away and ban him. How fucking dare you? Listen, I think Northern Line was in a hostage situation. There was a guy holding a gun at him off screen. That's the only reason. Actually, I can freeze myself with this, can't I? I didn't even realize that until I just froze myself right there. I was like, wait a second. That is a problem. Listen, if I was able to play a couple games with Northern Lion, he'd be back to living on the Dota bandwagon. He'd be like, oh hell yeah. He just experienced it the wrong way. Or re-experienced it since he played years ago. He just played 3 CM games in a row and got salty. Exactly. Exactly. Do you think you'll still be playing Noita from the nursing home in a few more years? Few years? What? Okay, now I know you're memeing it up a little bit, but you know, when you think about like some retirement home or nursing home or whatever, in the past it's kind of a little bit depressing and everything. But the future of nursing homes and stuff could be kind of badass. It could be essentially like little LAN centers. You're fucking chilling, landing against people like your fellow old peeps in other rooms. Like imagine you're in your 80s or whatever, and you're like, all right, so, you know, I need to go into a retirement home or some crap, and then every day you're just landing some Halo 3 against a dude in the room next to you. That sounds badass. VR orgies. Okay, I think your brain is going to a different place than mine is. That was not what I was looking for. All right, first off, VR orgies, you're all in the same place. Why wouldn't you just have a regular orgy at that point? Listen, guys, let's take this virtual. Oh, they do. Yeah, I have heard that. I've heard, like, that was actually, there's even an episode in Parks and Rec that they talk about that. These old people are getting it on.
Are these old people really having sex with each other? Yeah, what do you think they were doing? I thought we were just talking about it.
The best way to prevent them is to...
What happened to the worm? I swear there was a worm. Let me go back to worm. You gotta put on the worm hunter hat. Where? Okay, there it is. There's a path. Okay. Okay, there's another path. Right. There's a path there. Wait, what? I swear this is a path right here. I'm not crazy. But it looks like he turned around, maybe? I don't know, maybe that's where he initially spawned. And he went this way. This worm is blowing my mind. There's a dangerous thing in here. I don't trust it. Damn it, I need that. Alright, how do I do this? Go directly up if we can. Oh, shit! Blem. Tinkerballed? Oh, thank you. What, you piece of shit. You could have said it a different way. Tinkerballed. Like a jerk. Do do do. Do 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 do. Alright, put that there. We're looking good. Looking nice. What are you guys quacking about in there? You know what? Let's just pick up the pacing a little bit, even though we're not explosion immune or anything, and our health isn't that high. But we're gonna pick up the pacing. Why is there a missing wand? Oh, there it is. And it was not that exciting. Ambrosia? Tablet, I don't love you anymore. I'm sorry. I never found that worm that like ran off. You scared him? Did I scare him? I mean, he is on the run. Oh? Well, he ran into a corner and died. I haven't noticed any of the formations in here being the one that we really want. Though we can find the puzzle, but oh well. Speed, black hole, black hole, black hole, black hole. Alright, that'll be there for now. Shoot this. Now this portal is where we're trying to get to, but we're trying to get here from the way that the game intends, not that portal, because obviously this portal we did not summon in. I was just checking the free spells, see if there was anything nice. Squidward time? I don't know if I'm trusting any Squidward right now. We're playing smart. We're playing conservative. And the smart conservative move is to head down into the hiisi base. Oh, a shop's right here. Look at this. This is a shop of disappointment. Oh, the Heplicate. Well, let me just put this here. Heplicate means that we can get 20 more charges of the black holes that we have. So we Heplicate here. There we go. That should be 20 more black holes. Zeta, if for some reason we need to do infinite of something. Everything else kind of lame. A little bit more speed for faster movement. Sure, why not? Screw it. Let's go ahead and piss off the gods. It'll just be easier that way. Oh wait, we have Tinker. So then we just collapse the mountain. Give it a moment. Oh shit. I don't know what's happening in there. Need to put some light on my wand so I can see shit. There's a wand in here. That's why I was playing it all cautious. There it is. Got him. Okay, wasn't nearly as scary as I thought it was. I was petrified. That guy has a wand as well. Oh my god, it's a sign. The reason I removed some of my damage, that explosion, is because I'm trying to be careful in this area since it is super prone to explosions. sausage thrower. We're going to kill him. We don't need any sausages today. Sorry, I'm in the zone right now. I've been a little on the quiet side because I'm trying to clear everything out real nice and clean. No chances for bullshit. Hopefully. That is a propane tank, which is trying to kill me. Alright. Here we are. Broken wand number 1. Not bad, not bad. In fact, I could use it for heals, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We're just going to transfer everything. Get out of here. Going to transfer everything over to it. Like that. Get rid of this wand. That is our backpack wand, but oh well. Then broken wand number 2. That anti-homing kind of ruins it. Could have been a great wand. Ruined. Grab that. Swap that. Jump into here. Health-wise, we aren't looking great. We haven't really found that much health. Pretty lame stuff there. Pretty lame stuff here. More healing if we're interested. Can anti-homing be good for a teleport wand, not to teleport into an enemy, or at least viable? Yeah, it's not like the worst logic, but you don't like the idea of it. Something that shoves away is kind of scary. Because imagine there's like lava below an enemy, and you shot the telly, and it just like, it shoves it away from it. It will shove it directly into lava, acid, it doesn't give a shit. And you could just be like, thrown into some bullshit. You're like, what the hell? Like imagine I'm shooting, I'm going over the lava lake, but there happened to be just a random enemy that happened to, like float out there. So then when the teleport flies out, it just shoves it down right in that lava. You're like, oh shit. It reduced cast delay. Actually, I didn't even remember that part. That's oh shit, I left it behind. How much does it reduce cast delay? That's an interesting idea. If it has a significant reduction. It should be next to the homings, yeah. Anti-homing 0.33 is actually not bad cast delay reduction. Not the worst I've ever seen. Kind of a greedy move, but we're gonna go ahead and roll those. Oh my gosh, definitely not worth. Get more speed. Just keep stacking the speed. The reroll, yeah, it was definitely a greed roll. It was a greed roll. I won't deny it. Didn't trust that this chest didn't have like a something crazy in it. Oh, it was a large. Damn it! I should have looked for a heart mage because it was a double heart. Double heart explosion back on the wand. Maybe it shouldn't really be necessary. We should have a wand in this area that just lets us light stuff up. So I'm just glancing around because it should just take a moment to find one that fits those qualifications. That is not a wand I'm going to use for a heal. That's how you die right there. More spark bolts. Kidding me? Look at that guy. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Replace it with some spark bolts. Sure. So far, so meh. Huh. It's a weird one to have just like kind of chilling. We're actually so desperate that we may need to hold on to that reduce. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna jump in here. I'm probably gonna grab that black hole. Wow, we are not doing good money-wise, so this is kind of garbage. How are the weeps not muted? What the fuck's going on? Alright, so we're going to collapse this for a moment, and while we're waiting for that to collapse, or for the curse to go away, we'll just kind of dance around out here. Curse, it's almost gone. I still see the red dots. Not gonna check the eye room. No, don't worry. We've just been kind of. There's still lots of stuff I plan to do. Like each zone that I keep jumping forward to, it's not because I'm planning to be like, oh, I'm done with this zone. It's more like I'm like temporarily for the moment. Just why did I just do all that, plan to steal that, and then bought it? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just looking for a good wand, and then I can feel. It's just the hiisi base is kind of scary whenever I'm running around. So I do need to check that room. But I also need a wand that is not so limiting. Yeah, like right now we shouldn't be doing this. Like it shouldn't be this slow kill. We could go get music notes, I guess, and to help ourselves out. I didn't think it was gonna come to that. Could go to the tower and just yoink one of those tower wands and be happy with that. Come on, game. Ooh, that could be a good one. It's right in the edge of... What the fuck is this? What in the garbage is this? Oh yeah, I gotta do the eyes, what do you call it? The end of everything. Oh, no. Don't do this to me, game. Don't you fucking dare. Oh my. How? He's gonna throw a fucking dude with a wand at me. You know it. The game is like trying to set me up right now. Jesus. The game tried. It fucking tried. So if we were to put this with that, with this, with this, with this, that's 1, 2. Actually, it needs to be a double, and even then it's not going to be right because we need the heavy in there. Yeah, it's not going to be right. We'd have to... even wrapping that's still not going to be very good. It'll be okay. Yeah, not great. I don't want to put the explosions on that rapid fire shit. Damn it. Remove explosion here. Okay, hold up. Could run that for now. It's like low damage spam fest. But I guess it's better than nothing. There's a heart mage. Heart mage. Oops, I kind of was silly on that one. So the heart mage is just hanging out right there. Yeah, dragon is tempting. It doesn't take much to go wrong in this area, and we could just get killed. Fucking hiisi base. Goddamn hiisi base. Oh, that wand that I just hid right there just dropped down. That very deadly wand. And he just dropped down and grabbed it. Fuck it, let's just get out of there. Screw that guy. Screw that thing. Healer, you can live, I guess. for now, and then he dies 2 seconds later. Just spamming my way over to the free spell room. No big deal. Looks like the shop is on the other side, but that's no big deal because then we can just, you know, kind of launch our way there. We still have to solve that. Oh, shit. If we accidentally break the hourglass, we make it impossible to do the challenge today. Oh, shit. I did not even realize that. Build the hourglass yourself. I think you can maybe accidentally lose the... Oh, shit. It is right here. Whew. I have to be careful. In fact, I'm going to make that my next goal is to get rid of that one so I don't have to worry about it. I didn't realize there was going to be an impossible scenario if I mess something up pretty minor. Let's see if we can get this healer in here. Healer. Okay. Healer, come on. Wouldn't flooding the hourglass zone with telejuice also work? I don't know, because I know once you break it, it does the mountain collapse. I have that causes the mountain to like fall in. I don't know if once it falls in, it removes the trigger point. I've never tried to solve it afterwards. Yeah, it removes the trigger. I can. I'm almost sure. I'm 1% sure it doesn't. It's a math equation, man. All right, healer. What the hell are you doing? What? How did he even do that? He normally can't fit through any gaps at all. Like, his brain just stops working. And yet this one somehow... Oh, there goes the healer. He just jumped into a thing of fire. And now he's just... Yep, he just cooked himself. Cool. Okay. Take off the... speed. Actually, we just put this black hole here at the front. We just... that... There we go. And then... I guess we empty out the water. So our portal above, this one right here, actually no longer is powered once we steal this telly juice out of it. And there goes the portal. Damn it, I fucked up on that one. Let's see if we can get it still. Yeah, I still got it. Just not super convenient, but it'll work. How much are we talking about? 71%? This actually will work because we have ambrosia.
Right now, he is drenched in sweat.
Drenched in sweat. I'm going to shoot that very conservatively over here. Then we're going to empty out all of our telly juice here. Then I don't think this will be... Oh, no, it was enough. It was enough. Okay, good. So there you go. We have our first player summon portal of the run. So we have 1 of 13. And this was the eye portal. As you can see, it appears because of me, because I solved the puzzle. You can use unstable teleportadium or the regular teleportadium. Both of them work. And alright, so we have that one done. And then what I'm actually going to do now is we need to fill up our flask with water again. Nice work, bitch. So what I'm looking for right now is I've already killed 2 of the hands in this area. There's these hand statues that spawn. You have to kill 3 of them. We've killed 2. We need 1 more. And the hand statues can be a little annoying to find because I'm half paying attention most of the time when I'm running around, so I pass them up like a billion times. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. I kind of panicked, teleported directly into his face. Dude, my heart jumped. Like, I swear I hit the button fast enough, but I think I pressed it too quick. And I tellied right into his face. That was, oh my god, that was the moment. That was the moment, oh shit. Oh my god. Oh, that trauma kicking in. Let's break that. I don't want to deal with... oh, I left my... Psh, thought I swapped it back. I must have hit the wrong keys. I need my black hole wand back. Give me my loot back. It's gone? No, it's around. Wait, did I pass it? Up and to the right. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, so we have that. There was something I was wanting to do. Oh, the hands. I got distracted. So we're looking for a hand. Any hand. Come on, where's the hand statues? I know you're out there. One hand statue. Oh, there you go. Wait, why does it have two fingers? Shouldn't it have one? Oh, it's a dead hand statue. I was gonna say, why is that? Sometimes that happens. The hand statues kind of lose their ability. Oh, there you go. That's a one finger. So we kick it. It'll drop an item. We pick up the item before we go blasting because I don't want to accidentally destroy it. And broken spell. So we take our broken spell. We go running over here. Then actually we need to just go straight back to the jungle. Heading to the jungle, baby. No poly. Sweet. Alright, now we're in the jungle. And if you remember earlier when I was traveling around, I actually noticed a couple statues. I don't know if I pointed it out, but I made a mental note of it. And they were over here somewhere. There were two of them. There's statue number 1. I accidentally dug through part of it. First, fix it. Wait, what? Fix spell. Oh, psh. I'm getting ahead of myself. Thank you, chat. Well, we still have to dig the pattern. It would have been like the worst thing ever. Oh! You didn't see that, chat. You did not see that. That didn't happen. We'll talk about that ever again. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Ish. It's fine. Everything's fine. Alright, broken spell onto the anvil. Grab the actual spell, which apparently I am full on inventory space. I don't think we need that anymore. Alright, now we go to what we were doing before the chat reminded me. I gotta repair it first. Oh, just asking for an accident. Alright, this was the statue. So you can't really see it very well because I dug through the center of it, but it was a statue. So I shoot directly down from this statue. And what you're trying to do is there will be two statues located at the same Y-axis, and then two of them located on the same X-axis. You want to see where these things meet. All right, gotta fucking line that shit up. So we are going with the vertical one first, digging a bit of a hole. I think it's a little bit of a not so straight hole, but there's the other statue. See, they're located directly. You don't really need to find the other statue. You just need to find one of the vertical and one of the horizontal. But, oh well, I dug all the way to the bottom, so we definitely know where those are. And then we gotta find the statues that were for the horizontal direction. As we heal real quickly. Where was that? There's a refresh there. There's the horizontal ones. There you go. So what we do is we dig directly to the right. Then we follow that until we run into that right here. See how we did the vertical digging and now the horizontal digging. They've met each other. And then we cast the summon portal at this location. And it just has to be in the general area. It doesn't have to be like exact. So we don't need summon portal anymore. And we jump in here. And this is our third player summon portal. Yeah, exactly. We gotta triangulate. Gotta fucking align that shit. If you dig straight down once you destroy it, yeah, if you shoot directly over it, but once you found one of them, you already know the x-axis, right? You already know if there's one statue, the other statue is 100% below it, so you don't need to even know it's even there. You're just trying to dig a general vertical line. That way, whenever you dig the horizontal one, you can get a good visual on where they connect. Dunk, you have freeze and black hole. Just dig up. But is there a reason? Why would you want me to just dig up? What is your logic, cuz? Just cuz. Because why not? Alright, so we have 3 of the 13 holes taken care of. Now, let's go get a couple more. We're trying, not holes, did I say holes? The holes taken care of. The black holes, the portals, whatnot, not black holes. I guess I always think of them as like the graphic reminds me of a black hole, but... In Noita, calling them a black hole would be silly since there actually is a black hole spelled. Is that a propane tank under that? I think there is. But yes, we have to go find a couple more portals that I currently already can take care of. Alright, we're going to do a quest real quick, and this quest is one of those quests that I talk about all the time. Most runs, majority of runs, I end up doing this quest, so of course we're doing it once again. The Mimicium quest. Now, you could go all the way to cessation, but we shouldn't need cessation today. We have no reason for it. Milk potion. We are going to grab the milk potion, but we're going to pour out the milk. Can you consider Mimicium potion guy a mimic? Yeah, the Mimicium potion is definitely a mimic. It qualifies for sure. Which we haven't seen him quite yet, but we will soon. Actually, we saw many mimic chests though today anyways. Alright, so this pheromone is always here. There's in the sky, there are 4 islands. Yes? Anybody? I know there's a couple new guys around. It's all new guy in the chat, so maybe it's worth explaining. Maybe it's worth giving the breakdown. But there's 4 islands in the sky. The 3rd island, we grabbed the milk potion. You don't need to grab that milk potion. It's just if you don't have an extra potion on you, it's just easy to grab that one. Then on the 2nd island, we need this pheromone. Then we're going to go to the 1st island, and there will be a potion that we begin our quest with. So we get that potion. Then we go back to the 2nd island, and this is where we'll get our mimic spell. Mimicium spell, I should say. Alright, we'll run over here. Which island is the Dunkstein one? What? Why do you guys keep comparing me? What do you think of me, damn it? What a monster do you think I am? Alright, here we go. We have pheromone. Alright, we pheromone the Mimicium potion, and then we pick it up when there's hearts on it. And now it's in our inventory, so then we head on over to the 2nd island. Right, then...
You've got a fat cock.
It's true. Here's all the empty potions you see on the wall. Fill one up.
Go fight for my life on the toilet. It was nice, Dunk.
Thanks for hanging out, young well. Appreciate the support. Alright, we gotta fill all these potions up, so let's get to it. So you just pour a little bit of the mimic potion that we had to pheromone, and you use that liquid that's in it to make more of them. We need one more. Right there. And there we go. Now we get the spell that we were looking for. Alright, Sea of Mimicium. Now you may be asking yourself, why did you want the Sea of Mimicium? It can be a little annoying filling up this one spot over here. You're supposed to fill it up with water, but it's in the desert. In the desert, whenever you pour out water, it tries to evaporate. Like the heat evaporates the water. So if you're pouring it, you sometimes can be pouring at the same pace that it's evaporating, and you're just like, well, I'm going to be doing this forever. But if I grab that Mimicium, I can fill it up with water super fast. Throw away the end of everything. I thought maybe for fun we hold on to it. Maybe be a fun chance there. All right, so here is, it's a massive skull. And if you fill this eye up with water, a portal will appear right here. And that's what we're looking to do. So we need to Well, cut a hole in the top of it, obviously. There we go. And then we are going to... Where's the mimicium? Okay. So we put a little bit of water in here. It's going to try to evaporate. Then we cast a sea of mimicium. The mimicium hits the water, turns the mimicium into water, completes the portal. Oh! Nobody wants to see that. There is portal number 4 for the run, 4 of 13. So we take the portal. This actually takes you to the opposite side of the map. So that's on the far right side. The portal takes us to the far left side. Then on the far left side, there's a portal that can take you to the far right side, which we're going to try to get right now if I don't mess this up. In fact, how do I make sure I don't mess this up? Sheep bleed, right? So what we'll want to do is empty out some of our water. Question, does the Leviathan Portal count for this challenge? The 6 portals that appear because of killing the Leviathan, no, because those are always there. The portal that appears the moment the Leviathan dies on every single run, yes, that one does count. Alright, so we're going to shoot this black hole here. Damn it, the fog I didn't realize was going to be that annoying. It's actually been a very long time since I did this, so I may mess up some of the ways you can go about filling this up. Oh shit, this is a lot. I don't remember if it just has to be the top part. So let's kill the sheep, but we do not want to use freezing on the sheep because then they won't bleed. They won't bleed blood. Come on, get just 1 drop of blood. That's all I need. Damn it, does he only bleed the fading blood? No way. No way. He's got regular blood in him. I know you do. Yeah, there's a little bit of blood on the ground. Good, good, good. Problem is there we go. Got some blood in my flask. That's fine. Then from there, I guess we could do this. We could just place down the mimic. Chat, look away for a second. A little bit extra to make sure. I told you to look away, damn it! We had to get a little bit of blood in one of our flasks. And that should hopefully make sense soon. This is where I probably should have extra flasks. I don't remember how low we need to take the water. That's my issue right now. Where you want to have iron stomach, because then you just drink the whole thing in like 2 seconds. So honestly, if I just waited till later to do it, it'd probably be much quicker. But I want to do it now. It just seems fun to do right now. Oh, and there was a firestone actually in damn it, was it the fungal caverns? There was one today. I wasn't thinking of that. That'd be kind of genius right there, wouldn't it? You'd be like, oh, just throw the firestone in there in 2 seconds. There would be a bit of humidity, a bit of steam, but besides that, it'd be fine. I think you can even dig a hole, and as long as you fill it up with blood really quick enough, it will still trigger it off, but I'm not risking it. Oh yeah, the eyes, another great suggestion. Good thinking there, Duck. That one's not far away at all. Freezing it also is not a bad idea. I have no idea about the eyes, if it'll be annoying, but it's fine. I like the eye idea. I like the eye. Hello, I need you. I need you. Does the portal that the deer boss spawns count? No, it has to be a portal that's usable by the player. It has to be something that the player can go into officially, not just like a visual portal. Can't remember how high the blood needs to get. That's the issue, because I only have one sea of mimicium, so I may fuck this up, and then we have to walk all the way back. Damn. Yeah, the steam is actually going to make this... Maybe freezing it was the better call. Get out of here, steam! How do I ensure that blood gets copied? We could do some kind of blood situation here, let it flow down there. Surely we won't accidentally hit some hidden pixels of water. Yeah. We would never. From the other side where there's already blood. Is the angle... Yeah, this angle's actually pretty good, isn't it? That could work. I like it. Genius. Genius. Oh, shit. There was a little bit of... Hopefully it's fine. I think that's enough quantity of blood. Let the blood flow. I don't remember where it needs to reach, but the water is going to be a bit annoying. It may take a moment for the water to... Oh, shit. That was barely any. What the fuck? It was like the tiniest amount. I thought it was going to be up to like here with blood. It's been so long. It's because nobody uses these portals, honestly. These portals are kind of silly because they literally just... I mean, obviously, you could just teleport your way over to that side. It seems like it'd be really weird to be like, I need to fill this with blood. That was quick and easy. But now we have a portal to go to the far right side, and the far right side we have a portal to go to the left side. Magic. It's weird how this one is like so close to this spot, while this one you have to walk a little ways for it. Ooh. We're truly side questing now. All right, I'll stop goofing around. So this makes it portal number 5. We've done, yeah, the eye portal, the lake, the desert, end of everything, and the hourglass. Wait, no, wait, that was the eye portal. Hold on. We haven't done the eye portal. So it's confusing because there's a lot of eye-related things in Noita. So whenever I hear eye portal, I'm thinking of the one in Snowy Depths, but we haven't done the one in Snowy Depths. So wait, we've did lake, desert, end of everything. Lake, desert, end of everything, hourglass. We have not done the Snowy Depths one. So is it just 4? Have we only done 4? I guess 4. Okay. So then we have 9 more to go. 9 more homemade portals. Let's look over the list real fast. If you type !challenge, we can see the entire list. So what's a good one to do right now? Greed Curse is an easy one. Oh, the lake tablets. We haven't done those at all. Yeah, good call, good call. I wasn't thinking, Chad. I was like, what's another simple one? Duh, the lake tablets. In fact, let me just leave this eye right here. I don't know why I'm kind of holding on to it for fun right now. Slurp. Yeah, we'll have to reforge one of the tablets, and to reforge a tablet, it has to be from one of the orb rooms. Do the notes. Oh yeah, the music. So many easy ones we gotta get out of the way. I almost flew. Why did I just travel all the way across when we had the portal? That's why I made the portal. It's a cosmetic portal, all right? As limited uses. That limited amount is set to infinity. I don't want to run out of infinity. Oh, don't burn myself. Alright, open up, chump. Open up, chump. Okay, pyramid boss down. This is not a necessary kill for the portals. I'm kind of just killing them because I want to see if I can get a Nala and see if we can get anything good from it. But it doesn't look to be happening so much. Nola. Grab that. The heart forum fell down here. Let's see if there's any heart mage. Could be. Oh! Nah, we're fine, we're fine. Whew. Thank God he ran off. That was kind of scary for a moment there. Game, man. Holy shit. Yeah, that was... Thank God there wasn't more water there. Oh my God. Ow. The curse? The skull, dumbass. Let me just, you know, scare me a little bit lately.
Well, gentlemen, it seems
Give me a little jumpy.
us, but we can't just watch.
We should be able to just dig straight down to the tower. Right? Makes sense to me. As long as I don't go jumping into any lava or a whole clump of enemies. Ow. Okay, I'll go ahead and grab this, I guess. I'm just goofing around with the orbs at this point. I gotta shoot this down. Is this... Am I aligned correctly? Yes. We are aligned to avoid the curse. And then we're gonna make the genius move, the correct move, which is the Wand of Swiftness. Don't worry, chat, for a second there. You thought I was gonna fuck up and grab the multitudes. I would never. I'm not a noob. We'll drop these. Put the Nala there. Put the Luminous up. There we go. Then this is not a player summon portal. The portal's already there. The player doesn't have to like bring it in or anything like that. You know what? Let's just go to the Wand-Mart area. Just go to Wand-Mart. Oh, we need to grab a refresh. We need a refresh. Go in here, grab this refresh, and we should be happy. We have angered the gods. Oh fuck, my bad. I forgot about that. Oops. Let me go kill him real fast. I forgot that this mountain was not collapsed. My bad. I'm pissed. No. Real gods. Alright, Mary Ellen. Kill the Alchemist, you have Fireball Thrower? That's true. We have been kind of just holding on to it, haven't we? So we can get some infinite black holes. Back in the day, how I would been refreshing the black holes and stuff, that was how you did your standard Noita runs. There were no Greek letters, there was no Alchemist. So you would just stack lots of black holes, and just anytime you started to run low, you would run to a mountain and grab the refresh. Probably why I do an okay job at keeping the refreshes in the mountains so often, because I'm used to the early days of Noita where it was a big deal. Okay, I think we can just swap that there for now. Personal Fireball Thrower. We shoot this here. Alright. Okay, apparently he's already frisky. Smacked him. And then I will grab the notes in a second. Well, don't worry, we'll get that one. We'll get her done. This is the crappiest of the personal throwers. In case you're curious, the other two are much better. If you use Personal Lightning Caster, that one is like really fast at killing them, but you have to worry about the lightning can hurt the player. Personal Tentacular Thrower, I think, is like the best one. It's not that dangerous. I feel like it doesn't have as much reach, maybe. And then it also kills him insanely fast. So when is the daily throw gonna happen? VL, why would you say that? He's getting blasted. Pour some water while we wait. And yes, it can expire, so we'll probably have to apply the personal thrower onto him another time. Come on, Alchemist. Die already, damn it. Come on. Get up. Get. I live here now, apparently. Ooh. Gotta Wait for his shield to go down and reapply it. No, stop fucking off. He keeps aggroing to something over there. I'm trying to bring him over here. If I can. What is it that he's aggroing to? One of the more sloppy Alchemist kills, but I'm trying to do it in a safe way. I'm trying to be smart about it. Even if the game is being a jerk. Finally, at the end, it just like sat there forever and then boop, it just popped. Alright, so this means that the Heplicate, we could hold on to it. We could farm infinite health in a little bit if we wanted to. We're in the mood. These black holes, we don't need them anymore because we have the Greek letters. Woo! Alright, tau, alpha, sigma, tau. Let's see, if we go tau like that, then we'll have ultra. Like, this is maxed out speed on the black holes. We're not going to get going any faster than that. Did it say eats? Eased? Eased. Alrighty. Got him down. And we run on over here. Now, when it comes to the music note portals, you can actually summon in kind of like, I guess, 2 portals with the music notes a little bit, but they're the same entity. So that's why we just consider one of the... So like, let me, instead of just trying to describe, why not show you? There are the music notes here that can be used to summon in a portal. And there's also the music notes here that can be used to summon in a portal. It is the same entity. So that's why we only count it as one portal. We don't say like, oh, you gotta go summon a portal with these and summon a portal with these. Nothing like that. It is the same entity. We could do this kind of in a weird way. Watch this. So A, so the letter A. You're supposed to have... A, no, it's not that one. B sharp, E, G. So this is the music notes in the order that you need it. Why do some of the notes never get used? They're all useful. They all have their like, you know, you can do damage with all of them. They can do huge damage. But in terms of, I don't know, in terms of like making certain setups and stuff. Whenever we're doing damage, I tend to leave the D sharp out because chat said they don't like the sound of it. I don't know. They're just complainers. You know how it goes. So A, D sharp, E, G. If we cast this right now, this will actually summon in a portal. And we can put this anywhere. And when that portal summons in, it will stay there for the rest of that run. And you cannot make another one with these music notes. So you either use them for damage or throw the music notes away, unless you're going to use it for some other. If you're doing it for something non-portal related, you can only bring in the portal once. One thing I thought that was interesting that I like to show every once in a while, hopefully I don't mess it up, is that if you ever have a shuffle wand, the order needs to go A, D sharp, E, G. But a shuffle wand goes in a random order, so you could just spam it, I guess, hoping that eventually it lands in that correct order. But another way to kind of trick it, I guess, is maybe a good way to put it. Hold on, let me see if I can set this up. Actually, for a moment, let me just use this as a backpack. Let's say that we wanted to trick it. Pretend that this wand was shuffle. What you do is you cast it one at a time. So you go A, then you swap in D sharp, E, And also the length of the wand may be too much, so that could be, yeah, I think the wand's too long. That's another thing that's really weird about the music notes, is that your wand length actually matters. I'm sorry, chat, that you have to hear this, but wand length does matter. So let's do it on the smaller wand. You can make this wand work, you just need to position the wand probably like this, so it's on top of you when you're casting it. But I wanted to show you how, without thinking about all that. Let's see. A, here we go. There it goes. See? So if you had a wand with that the wand is too long and it's casting, basically it's like the distance from the player that it's casting, it causes it to like not fire off the portal correctly, I guess. I don't know. I didn't understand why it used to do that, but, and I think it was Talia, one of them said the wand is too long, and I was like, I didn't even know that was a problem. That could be a problem. But you would instead, when you're casting each music note, instead of holding it like this, where the wand's, like the tip of the wand's kind of far from the player, you hold it like this, where it kind of crams next to the player, and then cast your music notes there. There's one way to kind of get around that weird shit. Okay, yeah, we're good. All right, so this was another portal, and in case you don't know where this portal goes, it is... We kind of put it in a lame spot because it just barely moves us over to the mountain. It will always take you to this mountain right there. That is another one done. Let me get ready to stock the shop for you guys. Sadly, it only goes in one direction. That would be kind of nice if you could then jump it back into the portal and it take you back there. That would be sick. So you tend to see me use this portal system. I tend to put that portal down in hell because it's like a huge, you know, you have to travel a long distance, so at least saves you a lot of time. Putting it here is just nonsense. Just silly. All right, I have one tablet here. The blood potion I don't need anymore. We're going to go... We went too far. Where are we? Where are we? Okay, here. Go over here. Grab this. So it's... I wanted to get this tablet... I'll probably mix them up, but this room right here is considered an orb room. And if you grab a tablet from an orb room, it's a different kind of tablet. It means that I'm pretty sure it's every single orb room tablet should be eligible to be reforged. So what we do is we head into Snowy Depths, or being to the hiisi base. Come on. Like that dude earlier was asking about what do you do with the broken spell? He was doing step 1 of the end of everything quest. Well, step 2 is he needs to take that broken spell, which we did earlier, take it to this anvil. And then, so if I drop the this tablet right here was on top of the pyramid. So if you lay this down, it does nothing because it is not an orb room tablet. This one was the one from an orb room. And when you drop it down, boom. It gets reforged into another tablet. This is some lore shit. I'm definitely not the guy to go to for Noita lore. So, yeah, that's like a Fury Forge thing. Some of our chatters know a lot about the lore stuff, but I'm always just like, all right, well, you do this. What does it mean? I'm like, you just do it. It just happens. Okay, so the reason we were doing that is because we need those tablets. We need one regular tablet and one reforged tablet to get 2 portals. Okay, please game. I'm thinking that a character would dig through the snow. I'm used to having like chainsaws on my teleports or digging bolts or some crap like that, but it's literally just a teleport by itself. Random spawns after this run? Maybe. Let's see how much time we have. We will see, we'll see. Alright, so regular tablet in, and it summons a portal. You go in here, get this little bad dude, you can grab up the glimmers. This is, yeah, this is basically how you get access to all of the glimmer spells. These glimmer spells, they seem like they're purely cosmetic, and for the most part, usually if I'm using them, it usually is for cosmetic reasons. So like, look at those cool orange shots, or you can say, oh, look at those cool rainbow shots. But if you hover over the Rainbow Glimmer, it costs 0 mana. That's true for all of the Glimmers. They all cost 0 mana, and they all remove 0.13 cast delay. That actually, in some very specific situations, can have a pretty big impact on certain builds. But in this case now, we don't need it. We have no use for the Glimmers. See, I was even saving the red Glimmer down here in case I ended up in a spot where I needed to utilize it. Usually if you have 1 or 2 Glimmers, that's more than enough, but in our case, we're already kind of balled in, so I doubt we'll run into any issues. So then, so that's one portal, and then portal number 2, boom, the Reforged Tablet one takes you here. These are in a little chair over here chilling. Apparently we don't sit in chairs, we stand on them around here. These are the requirement spells. Basically, this is like... kind of like putting a programming ability into your wands. So let's say that you have a build like this and you're just shooting damage. You can make it so that it shoots damage, but if your health is low, if your health gets below 25%, you can make it fire off a different spell when your health is low. So essentially, you could place your heals inside your damage wand. You're damaging. Oh shit, your health is low? You don't have to swap wands like normal. You can just keep shooting your regular damage wand, and it will also fire off like your heal. And then when your health goes up, it stops firing off the heal. It sounds really good, and it has its moments that you can do kind of goofy stuff with it. But for the most part, you usually want to kind of break up your wands. You usually like have, you know, your damage wand's your damage wand. The one wand that's pretty common to fuse them together is like a tele wand and a heal wand. That one makes sense because every time you're moving around, you're also healing. That one's nice, but you know, if you do whatever the hell you want, right? Everybody's got their own playstyle. If you want to fuse together your damage wand and your heal wand, you can make it happen. These requirement spells are like the key to that. Then again, I don't use them very much. I don't know. I wish that the game did push you to builds that were necessary for that kind of stuff, but they don't. If for the game to push you to do those kind of builds, there would have to be moments where like maybe there's a boss that you walk in and temporarily it disables all wands except for the one that you like your active first wand or some shit. Then you'd be like, oh shit, I need to come up with a way for my damage wand to also heal, and you know. But yeah, Noita didn't never get that far. They never forced that out of the player. Only nerd wizards use these shits. I mean, yeah, the people that love the insane wand crafting in Noita, those are the guys that you tend to see using it, building like really just ridiculous wands. But it's definitely not necessary, even for super high tier god runs. The god runs, it's not necessary at all. So how many portals have we? Let's see. Space says meditation. These are the ones remaining, I think. Meditation Cube, Buried Eye, Greed Curse, Kolmi, Leviathan, and the Eldritch Portal. So yeah, it sounds right. Six portals remain. Thank you, Space, for listing those out. Eldritch Portal, we'll probably get that in just a second here. I need to heal up a little bit. Ooh, immediately we find a good wand upgrade. So let me just real quickly heal up. And then also toss this shit away. Actually, I don't think we even need that anymore on that. Moving these over. Cool. Then we can move the heavy on, I guess. And probably should have switched to music notes just for more damage. Oh well. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there a fifth spell? There's not, so I guess we're going with a good old quad. You know what? Let's swap out this. Move in this. And we shoot like that. It's kind of slow, but then we wrap it with this. There we go. Much better. Much happier with that result. I have 80.5 hours in Noita, and I guess I'm not even close to finishing a run. No, I bet you're closer than you realize. Because in Noita, it's very much a pick your own adventure, pick your own goals. And the standard, you know, you just want to beat the game, right? Like you want to get a win. Well, that basic win isn't too insane. Like a full run basic win can range between, you know, 30, 45 minutes to 2 hours. That's like a pretty normal range. But if you want to do some of the craziest stuff in Noita, some of the really late game goofy stuff, those quests can take like, you know, 10, 20 hours, you know, 10 or 20, maybe even 30 hours. It really depends on what kind of adventure you're going on. And when I say adventure, I don't mean like self-imposed where somebody's like, oh, I'm going to play Noita with the blindfold on. That's self-imposed. I'm talking about stuff that the devs literally built into the game as like actual questline stuff. Those still will, you know, those runs still take, you know, over 10 hours and sometimes even over 20 hours to pull off. Just a question regarding the run. Do you know what method you are going to use to get the portal that appears once you solve the iMessage? Okay. Sidthetron he's been in a trolly mood these days. Trolly mood. Would you say save scumming, saving save files acceptable for at least the first, second God run? I would say it's not that bad of an offense, especially in the early days of Noita, because Noita, one of the things that people find a lot of, that find frustration with the roguelike or roguelite genre is it doesn't always respect your time very well. And so what I mean by that is a perfect game is that like you can see something new, but because of the way things are set up, something you've never seen before, but you can almost like feel like something about this guy is deadly in this way or that way. Like you just can, you know, your intuition is there. That is set up correctly, but that's a very hard thing to do, right? As a game dev, how the hell do you just make the player intuitively recognize, hey, I've never seen this enemy before, but I feel like he's deadly in this certain way. It doesn't really exist too much. I mean, it happens, I guess, in some games, but for the most part, it doesn't happen. Instead, what happens is you get 3 hours, 4 hours into a god run or whatever, and you die in a way that you never knew was possible, in that if you had known it, something, maybe a piece of knowledge that somebody could have said to you in 3 seconds, could have told you this one piece of knowledge and saved you 4 hours of that run just being thrown away. That's where people talk about games not respecting time, because they're like, okay, well, I mean, it wasn't like it was a skill issue. It was more like a knowledge issue. Because you were lacking this little piece of knowledge, you should have to play 4 hours again to get back to where you are. And this can be tricky wording this, because some people hear that, they hear like, oh, so some game kills you and you have to reset 4 hours. That makes it a bad game. No. Dying in games is normal, and losing progress, all that's normal. But dying in a way, I guess I would compare it more to something like I Want to Be the Guy or I Want to Be the Boshi, whatever the hell those games where you, let's say there's like a somewhere you're supposed to jump across this thing, and if you fall off, it's just going to cost you a ton of time. So you go to do a jump, and there's an invisible block right here, and you just hit an invisible wall, and you just fall to your death. And you say, well, how would I know that invisible wall is there until I hit it? The only way I know it's there is if my face hits into it. And they say, well, yeah, that's the whole point of it. That's why some people enjoy that challenge. But those kind of challenges are something that don't respect your time, because the only way you learn about them is just trial and error. You just do it over and over and over. So to that guy that's asking about save scumming, I never did it, but that's because I'm like, you know, no-lifing Noita. I live on Noita, playing it a billion hours, you know. Not everybody has that much time to spend. So in your early days, if you were to save scum or even use maybe some mods to give you like tinker with wands everywhere at the start, I get it, because it's just efficient, right? You want to get to the good stuff. But I do feel once you have acquired a lot of knowledge, you understand a lot about the game, to keep using those mods, you are going to be missing out on like that true Noita experience, because part of what makes a game fun is the challenge, or like the fear of losing it all, right? That's what makes Noita's magical. It's like earlier we walked near a skull and it electrocuted us. We actually almost died, and I was like, oh shit. But if you have save scumming there, that fear isn't there. So it's about hitting that threshold that's right for you, that's like, you know, not frustrating and disrespecting your time, but also not taking away the enjoyment, that the magic that games like Noita have to offer, that are only really achievable because of how death is so punishing. You gotta live with your own self being a cheater. Well, the thing is, though, it is cheating in a general sense, but if a person doesn't have much time to spend on the game, I don't blame them for trying to skip ahead, right? Trying to be like, okay, I need to understand the game before I truly challenge myself. An example of something that is kind of in that realm, I guess, is a lot of streamers, they play with Twitch integration on the very first time they ever play. They hear Twitch integration, they're like, oh, I'm a streamer. I turn it on while I play. Because they're new and they have this thing, this extra variable in where the chat's voting for good and bad stuff to happen, it totally changes what the game is. And I feel like there's like I don't know, they're 5 times more likely not to return to Noita if their first experience ever with Noita is playing with Twitch integration on. Now, that doesn't mean Twitch integration is bad. It just means that what makes it enjoyable is to understand the game, and then you throw in these extra variables rather than the first time you're ever playing, there's chaos thrown on top of it. Like, the game already is chaos to a new guy. You don't know anything. Everything's craziness. Why does it need? You don't need extra on top of that. It can be tricky. But then again, there are people that I have seen their first experience ever was with Twitch integration on, and they did return. But I just see all the time people that aren't exactly having the most fun, and I can tell it usually the root of the problem comes from Twitch integration, and they don't even realize it. Chat submitted bode folder wands win. I've been thinking about that. I want to come up with a different way of doing it, but the same general concept. Yeah, save scum. Do whatever you want to do. Just know that even if you have a little bit of time to spend in Noita, then I doubt you will need save scumming. You will be challenged. You will sweat your ass off, but it will make the victories that much more rewarding. If you're like, hey, I'm going to college, I'm working a billion hours, I don't know, whatever the hell's going on, and then you're doing that, I think that's a better alternative than what a lot of players do, which is that, hey, Noita takes a good chunk of time to really get a foundational knowledge. I don't have that chunk of time, so they just never play. And I'm like, damn, I feel a little bit bad for them, because I honestly believe, like I strongly believe that Noita is the greatest single game player of all time. I mean, it's the best I've ever played. I haven't really played too many single player games, but I watch a lot of them, and just nothing quite hits like Noita. Nothing to me does what Noita does quite so well. Now, obviously, there's lots of flaws in Noita, but we're such Noita addicts around here that chat knows I update regularly about games that are inspired by Noita being developed, and we just like are watching for their progress updates to see that, see what other games are come out that maybe could even be a little bit like Noita, because just nothing does it quite like Noita. I only have 60 hours, and I'm able to get god runs all the time because of the ludicrous amount of dunk I watch. There you go. So that's it. We've talked about this too, where there's like a balance in games, right? And game knowledge obviously is always helpful. I can't really think of many games that game knowledge would hurt you. But in Noita, game knowledge is insane. It gives you such a massive advantage to the point that, like, a game that some people consider one of the hardest games of all time. People talk about Noita. They're like, oh my God, you think Dark Souls is hard? Have you ever played Noita? I've heard that said before, and I'm always just like, hell yeah. Like, yeah, that, I think, hell yeah, like, shout out to Noita. But if you can obtain that knowledge, through maybe consuming content or just maybe reading the Wikipedia, whatever, if you were to watch 5 hours of Noita video, which I know is crazy, you could save yourself. You would probably be the equivalent of like a Noita player that has played like 200 hours. That's how much, knowledge can be crammed in these like shorter runs, or like, several runs or whatever. And then because of that, you're pretty much just skipping ahead, and you can do god runs much earlier. But yeah, there are people that have only played, loaded up Noita a couple times, and they'll be like, oh, I got my first win. And the next day they're like, oh, I did my Sun Quest. And you're just like, oh, Whenever I first started, obviously the Sun Quest didn't exist, but even when the Sun Quest was first added, it took me a while to build up the courage, to go on that Sun Quest journey, because it was a scary one. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so long and challenging. I was petrified. But with all the information that's out there now, and the guide, like from like Latali and everything, just makes things so much easier and less frustrating. But there are some people out there that tried to do the Sun Quest blind. I don't even know. These people we call psychos. I had 100 hours and no wins, watched 2 Gregory speedruns and got a win in half an hour. Yep, see? There, Monsoon knows what's up. Monsoon knows. Yeah, he experienced it. Knowledge is king. And some people using knowledge. Conga, you know, listen, we did a Noita trivia. It was a close match. If you missed it, it was super close. Me and Conga were like this close, neck and neck. We didn't know who was going to win. Our points were just so close. But, you know, Conga in the end ended up winning the Noita trivia. And, but it's not that surprising because Conga, you know, using Noita knowledge, he's actually beaten Noita on a DDR pad, like a little dance pad. Because once you know how the game works and you understand how to take advantage of certain things, you don't even, you could play, the only thing that you can't do is blindfolded. Nobody's pulled off a blindfolded win, but you could play literally using your feet because that's how much of an advantage the knowledge gives you.
No way! No way! No way! No way! No shot! No shot! No shot! No fucking way! Yes! Fuck you! Noita, dance pad. God.
Congo whooped you? It was close. It was close. You know, I medaled. All right, I got a medal. Yeah, that Zytio beat the game by touching vegetables, or yeah, like he connected, you know, wires and shit to like, I think it was like carrots and like a hot dog and like just random shit like a potato, and he beat Noita doing that again, because knowledge will carry your ass hard in Noita.
If you're gonna gaslight me, at least do it well, you know.
No.
Then, the more you play a game, just like any game, you get better, like with the movement and everything. You get used to the controls. So that's why it goes from feeling like a game that is impossible, where you're like, it just can't be done, I can't beat this game, to being like, oh, every single run you can pretty much get a god run going, as long as you don't make any stupid mistakes. Not that I would ever make a stupid mistake. It's because you're improving your knowledge and those skills, they're both aligning in such a way that it just shoves you forward so fast. Do you wish you could experience Noita gameplay blind, including without knowledgeable chat, or are you happy with the way you experienced it? Ever so often I get memories of playing Noita when I had zero knowledge of the mysteries, and it was so fucking cool. No, I loved the way that I experienced it, which is a little bit of a cheaty way though, like, because it's almost like I got the best of both worlds, because Noita was brand new for everybody. So it wasn't like the day one I jumped in and people are like, put this here, put this here, put this here. It was like we were all kind of learning together. So it was fun. It's almost like if you had a friend group of like 100 friends and you were all handed a brand new game, but that was the only group that you weren't talking with any outside resources. It was just you 100 friends kind of sitting around talking Noita, talking ideas. I think that's such a fun way to experience a single player game like Noita, because most of the time a single player game, especially story driven ones, it's very linear, right? It's like do this, whatever. But there were people, it seemed like every other day somebody was stopping by and be like, yo, check this build out. And there was like an idea, and then everybody's like, holy shit. And there's just new shit was happening all the time that now, that is a little bit missing for the new guy experience, because they're like, you know, you're dropped into Noita, maybe you play blind for a little bit, but then when you start taking information, you quickly see like how crazy the wands can get. Like, oh, you can, like, these wands are really basic right now, but you can see some really awesome wands that are just doing thousands of damage. Back in the day, it was just like, okay, spark trigger, triplicate bolt. And people are like, all right, all right, he's cooking, he's cooking. And then it's like, now, what if we put a damage plus after the spark trigger for the damage plus? People are like, oh shit, we got something here. So it was kind of like we got to experience it as a group together. And that's funny because I think a lot of people think, well, you can't do that these days because of data mining. It just, even if you wanted some kind of group, like group blind experience, I guess, the data mining will make it so that doesn't happen. But if you make a game that's very sandbox-ish, like Noita, where nothing's really pre-designed, like these wands were not... The devs may have literally never built this wand or planned for anything built like this ever. It just kind of happened. Because they created the ingredients and they were like, players will find ways to utilize this stuff to do big damage. So that means whenever you data mine it, all you're doing, data mining would be doing this. It'd be looking at this chart. I can see every spell in the game and I can see, well, they can see more detailed stats on it. But, I mean, besides that, you got to figure out how to use it yourself. So data mining didn't rob anybody of the wand building experiences. Like the community had to come up with it. And that's why to this day, there are still new builds that come out. Now, usually they're not really basic builds. It's not like, hey, spark trigger in this, very powerful. Back in their days, that was actually a big deal. Like little basic builds would be some newish discovery that people would talk about. But, you know, every once in a while, people still stop by and say, hey, have you ever seen a combo like this? And it'll be, you know, a little bit of a bigger wand, but you'll be like, damn, that thing pumps damage. I remember you resisting using triggers for a long time. I think Durium had to berate you and use them. I can't remember if it was Durium. I think it was Mixu. It was one of them. But yeah, because my logic was, in the early days especially, the hitboxes were even more jank. Whenever you hit stuff, you'll notice that, like, your projectiles go flying off in all directions. Well, that one actually doesn't do it very well at all. A lot of enemies, when you hit them, you'll see projectiles go flying in all directions. And you think, well, my whole payload missed. The whole payload is just, like, shooting to the side. It's a pain in the ass. But the reality is, whenever you're shooting everything from the clump of the wand, like this, you're missing a shit ton anyways. So this one has a higher probability of getting a good amount of the payload to hit, and it opens up the opportunity to add modifiers, which if you didn't have those there, then shooting it from the tip of the wand, well, obviously you have no chance of hitting anything. So yeah, I remember the first couple times people thought spark triggers, I was like, they look okay. They look okay, but I'd be like, you know, but check this build out, you know, and like, look at this damage. Now that's some damage. But again, it was the early days. We were all little noobs learning together. Oh, there's Durium right there. He says, I can't deny that part. Wait, what? Yeah, the funny part, he is the exact opposite now. He likes to use shotgun ones. So one of the big things that makes the trigger wands really stand out as OP isn't just about the aiming, though. It's that anything packaged inside of a trigger, it doesn't add or remove cast delay. That's maybe even more of a separator for making it OP than even the accuracy thing. Like, say, put accuracy aside, the fact that you can put in spells that normally should add 3 seconds of delay, that if you don't have a trigger, you can only fire it once every 3 seconds, then you put it in a trigger and you can fire it like every frame. That's such a big deal. And those things took a while to kind of understand too for the community. I remember there were certain concepts that we didn't even know what about them was necessarily like to work. Like we knew maybe some positives, but we didn't see the whole picture. We just saw like one element of it. And I can remember Durium specifically talking about the explosive projectile. That's the one that I always remember him for. Is that the explosive projectile had been in the game, you know, at this point maybe 4 months, and for the most part everybody just kind of skipped over it. We didn't really talk about it too much, and because it's 30 mana and it just looks like it's doing nothing. You're just like, oh wow, look at the little tiny explosions. It adds like 5 damage for 30 mana. And then Durium was the one that came along, and one of the times he was like, no, get 2 of them, it'll do big damage. And I was like, oh my god. He goes from doing like an additional 5 damage to an additional 300 damage. But I can remember that moment of learning about it, or at least around that time, because I want to say it was like later that day or the next day, we get the same setup. And I'm like, oh, I remember what Durium taught me. And so I bust out the explosive projectile. I get 2 of them. I'm doing big damage. And then boom, I just instantly die. And I can remember Durium stopped by later. I was like, you lied to me, you piece of shit. And he was like, what? And I was like, you told me it was safe to use. I literally lost a run because of it. He's like, it is safe to use. And then he's like, well, what wand were you running? And then we found out that apparently, you know, like I think it was oil material. It was one of the material spells. It is very dangerous to use. If you put an explosive projectile on it, it will hurt the player. So we didn't know that. So that's what we're, you know, and then next thing you know, I remember Durium having like a whole list. These spells are safe. These ones are unsafe. And it was a whole learning process. But all that stuff, that was all like the community slowly moving along. We were learning as a community. It was fun. And I'm craving that in another game, which is some people out there hear early access and they're like, fuck that. They don't want to jump into early access. I'm like dying for another early access game. I'm dying for another Noita-esque early access game to get to be part of the journey. Must have been fun to be in the era where the community is just in the period of discovering things. Oh yeah, it was constant too. It was like hard to keep up with it because, I mean, Noita has a ton of stuff to discover, right? There's a lot going on. And so every day was like people showing their new favorite builds. Also, a whole montage of death gifts because everybody was dying in ridiculous ways, and they were new to us then, right? Back then, a person standing next to a propane tank and propane tank exploding and he died, it was like funny, like, oh shit. Now you see it and you're just like, fucking noob. This guy's a scrub. Not that I would ever die to a propane tank. I'm a professional player. Some people say the God Gamer. Someone linked the clip. That's edited. AI edited. Well, I'm not really getting a lot that I want here. I mean, I did end up finding some heals, which is kind of cool. Let me swap this with that plasma with this one. So I have a plan. If I found a tentacle, that would really make the plan a little bit better. Was there anything you discovered in the early Noita days that no one else figured out before, e.g. chainsaws, magical properties? It's hard to say. I mean, back then, like I said, it's like we were doing such basic things, right? Like, whenever I think of discoveries in Noita, there are these like significant moments, like the explosive projectile, like I talked about with Durium, you know, kind of figuring out how that worked. I consider that a pretty, you know, that's a significant discovery. My stuff that I would run that we would usually have success with was like basic stuff, right? Which would people would be like, that works pretty well. And it'd be like, yeah, here we go. But it was never like, hey, I discovered a hidden message in the game or anything like that. Like I can remember whenever we had discussed something to deal with sticking teleports inside of a crystal. And whenever we talked about this, I remember being like, well, that means that we could have a portal system, right? Where you can jump back and forth. And people are like, well, no, that won't work just because you can put a crystal into one. You know, I was like, well, no, because if one crystal has a trigger inside of it, and then another crystal has a crystal and a second crystal, and then the teleport inside of it, then wouldn't these offset in such a way that you could jump between these locations? And I just remember little goofy stuff like that, but that's like what the early days of Noita was all about, just being like, hey, put this spell here, put this spell here, what happens? Finding out how to like do spell wrapping properly and everything, that was like so many different steps that the moment you thought you understood how to utilize chainsaws or some shit, was like there was something discovered throwing. Shut your mouth. Like I remember trying to cook up some builds with like luminous drill and chainsaw, and sometimes it would work perfectly and I'd be like, I did it, I'm the chainsaw god. And the next thing you know, I tried to do another chainsaw build and it wouldn't work how I planned it to. And it was because back then we didn't fully understand the whole wrapping and doubling up on modifiers and all that kind of stuff. So even though maybe there were certain aspects of it that I had going in the right direction, I didn't understand it in its entirety. And that one of the big things that helped us understanding it in its entirety was when 1.0 released, they give you that little board in the Holy Mountains that shows you the spells casting. That helped a lot. It made it a lot easier to grasp what was going wrong with your builds. You discovered the Lumi ping pong. That was one of those I definitely did not discover, because I remember the ping pong, I just was annoyed by it. So I'd just be like, you know, fuck ping pong, and I just see that and throw that thing in the garbage. I hate that thing. And then somebody in the chat was like showing it with the Lumistril, and I remember being like, wait a second, what? I remember the time when people thought you had to chainsaw wrap in order to make the wands go fast. Yeah, it seemed like it was like you had to have like at least one chainsaw. It wasn't chainsaw wrapping, it was more like chaining chainsaws, right? It was like, okay, if you have a chainsaw here and a chainsaw here, the stuff in between goes super fast. That's how it works. You can make the chainsaws like they were like a family, and then over time learn that like, no, it's all about, because the positioning of the chainsaws is where things would get confusing. Because sometimes you'd be like, I have a chainsaw there, but it's, you know, it's still going slow, and it's like, well, that thing is adding cast delay after the chainsaw. It was confusing times. And I remember whenever 1.0 released, it was fun because, well, actually it was kind of weird. They did the 1.0 release where streamers got the game one day earlier than the rest, I guess, to try to stir up a little bit of hype. And one of the things that one of the earliest bosses that we killed was actually the Alchemist. We killed him and he dropped the key. And, you know, people were watching other streams as well, and they were like, well, so we had passed over a music box that we had kicked, and so whenever I took the key there, we got to listen to a key, and then eventually somebody in the chat was like, wait, you know, there's a music box also over here. That, you like, as a community, it was fun. We were like piecing together this stuff, and then somebody said, oh, you know, there was a chest located at the top right that another streamer found. So it was like this, we were like organically as a community trying to solve these puzzles because nobody had like data mined that shit up in the early days. That was pretty fun. Yeah, exactly. Reidinger, he's around from those old school days. He knows what I'm talking about. It's hard to know what other people were necessarily discovering, because in the early days we were cavemen. We were creating fire and thought like, holy shit, this is amazing. Who knows how many other cavemen out there were cooking up some of the same recipes. Okay, I need to heal. How the hell have I not found piercing, or there's just so many things I could have found by now and I have not, and it's driving me crazy. But we got to start moving forward, otherwise we're just gonna be stuck here forever. Yeah, exactly like Durium's saying, and yeah, the information doesn't always spread fast. A perfect example of what Durium's saying, where he said that you think you discovered something, but it's like it's brand new, but it's not. There was a person in the community. So Nutty had found out how to get the negative health in Noita. So I was like, holy shit, this is awesome, dude. And so then, of course, we did it. It was one of the only God's messages we didn't know how to reliably get. And so I did it on stream, and it worked perfectly. And then Kerr, you know, DM'd me and said, hey, you know, I'm glad to see you did the run. Said I had told the community about it a while back, but nobody seemed interested. Not our community, told the Noita community. It actually linked the Discord. You click the post, and it takes you back to like 2022 or 2023 or some crap, and it was like a full write-up of how to get negative health consistently. And I was like, damn, how did like nobody, like, I've been wanting to know how to do this for years, but I guess it's just one of those things that if people don't you know, it's like a post in the Discord, right? If not everybody's paying attention and somebody else is talking about some other shit, like, oh, you know, my cat just jumped on the couch, and like pushes this message off the screen, and then next thing you know, you missed some big discovery that a person made.
To add to what Durium Envy said, many in your chat thinks DunkFit 2.0 is about to be released when it's vaporware and a cover for Dunk's NFT scheme.
What? Durium would never say such a thing. Durium says, I've been here since 2019. He's been talking about DunkBot 2.0 since 2020. I have faith. Wait. No! Durium, you traitor! But I said I have faith. I feel like you said it sarcastically. How many portals are left? I think it's 6? You know, I just realized I fucked up one of the portals I was about to get right now. Hold on, here's what we're gonna do. Gonna be kind of a weird move, but hear me out. We're actually gonna jump into this portal on purpose. You're not supposed to take the portals in parallel worlds because it takes you back to the main world. But the reason we're doing that is because whenever you grab the greed curse, a portal appears. Woo! But now that we literally just wanted the portal, that was it. Now we want to get rid of the greed curse. And the only way to get rid of that curse is you have to go to a holy mountain that you've never been in. So I didn't want to go loading in lots of other holy mountains, because then I'll lose the ability to get rid of the greed curse in those mountains. That's why I took the portal. Let's... Oh shit, don't jump into there. I'd never say anything sarcastically. Oh yeah, yeah. As he truly lays on the sarcasm real thick. Does Twitchy Mage add damage to spells or just make them hurt you? Can Circle of Vigor hurt you while Twitchy? If your Circle of Vigor doesn't normally hurt you, then no. He doesn't add any damage. I don't believe it's any damage. I think it's literally just your own spells now are able to interact with the player. That's it. So a healing wand, if anything, the thing is it may make you waste some of your heals, because if you have limited charges, but it won't actually make the Circle of Vigor hurt you. Alright, so here we go, and there's the Greed Curse Crystal. We kill the crystal. Crystal is dead, so the crystal has actually killed the worm crystal at the same time. The curse is gone. I'm actually going to focus on getting the All-Seeing Eye perk before I go looking around for the puzzles that I'm missing. Could probably just be more efficient that way. Oh, chainsaw. It does exist. After all these years. Good, good, good. I don't have exploding corpses for the explosion immunity. I'll grab this. I think it's fine. Oh, we'll grab the infinite spells too. Let me real quickly look over our remaining challenge.
Have to quote yourself.
Kolmi, Leviathan Portal, Eldritch Portal. Those are 3 that we still have to do. Meditation Cube and the Snowy Depths Eye, buried eye. That's 5. We did everything else. So we have 5 things remaining. Not bad, not bad. Let me see. Let me just start focusing on maybe Leviathan killers while we're searching around. Gotta start looking for a Leviathan killer, which would be Holy Lance or Explosion Weakening Curse, something like that. Anything can be a Leviathan killer if you're patient enough. True, you can do like a tiny bit of explosion, 1% explosion damage every shot. Hey chat, I have information that will make Chase fail the run if I don't tell it. Should I tell it? Wait, what? Hold on, wait, what? Are you joking? That will make Chase fail the run if I don't tell it. Should I tell it? Are you pulling a nutty right now? Maybe something about deleting the water? Trying to remember the ones that remain, what we're doing. Eye puzzles, Leviathan. I'll follow Latali's advice and tell it after you die. After I die? Oh yeah, I'll play little DunkTales. Let's see. Where is it? Is this it? Wait, that's the long one. We want the short version today. A little flavor, if you will.
Lurking in the sweaty cave here in Dunkville. Moist mobs, monsters, swapper mages. It's a dunk thrill. Might get a victory. It's the danger noisy modes will find you. Punch a goon and slide into some DunkTales. Let's take a spin like get a win on DunkTales. Goo. Tales of a legend, all jokes and good dunk spells. Goo. Not gamble fails on fair on snails. No DunkTales. Goo.
Does he say punch a goon? Yes, yes he does. Oh, wait, I keep forgetting what's that 5th portal. Hold on, in my head I was like, wait. It is Meditation Cube, Buried Eye, Kolmi, Leviathan. Oh, an Eldritch Portal. Okay, yeah, we're all set up. Yeah, I have no idea what Durium could be talking about. I mean, the only thing I could guess is maybe if he was talking about the killing the Leviathan and then trying to do the other portal out in the desert, but we've already done that one, so I guess we'll find out the hard way. I want to praise the absolute madman that composed the lyrics. That would be a shout out to Shankmo, the creator, the writer, and the one who orchestrated just like bringing together the musicians. And no, it is not AI made. It is made by humans, real humans. Who's a singer? It was a guy that he originally found on Fiverr. And then he just made like kind of a goofy one, like a quick remix. And then that version though, because it still used like the instrumental stuff from the original DuckTales, it still was vulnerable to DMCA. So then he hired some musicians to play a different version of DunkTales, and then went back to the vocalists, you know, and said, hey, I would like to, you know, have you sing another one. And he wrote the lyrics for him, and the guy did not. One of the lyrics said something about like damn. It said the word damn, and he refused. Apparently, he said he didn't want to curse or something. I don't know, but Punch a Goon got to stay, but saying the word damn, he was like, no. So then the lyrics had to have a slight rewrite. Do I want that repulsion? I mean, a part of me does. Keep me safe. Sure, let's do it. I'll get the stronger legs. Some beefy legs. We can glance around here. Oh! That took a whole 2 seconds. I thought I saw that. I was like, did I just see a meditation cube? I did. This one is a huge one. This is one that I was a little bit nervous about being able to find it. But yes, it is a meditation cube. And it's funny because there is, back in the day when Man vs. Game, another streamer, he actually played Noita. It's one of his most played games, most streamed games ever. And he actually, I believe it was the meditation cube was one of the ones that he figured out. And there's cool clips of him making, you know, since he's playing blind, making little discoveries on his own. And he had made like an alphabet, you know, for the Noita language. And this one, I forget, does this one just say translates to meditate? I feel like this was one of the ones that he discovered. But the one that is the funniest one whenever he was translating was there was an old trophy that used to be in the game that got removed that had a username, Bamalam, that is just a silly username in the channel. I mean, in the Noita, you know, community. Whenever he was playing blind and he translated that, he was so confused. He's like, I swear, I'm getting Bamalam. And he didn't know what the fuck that meant. But then you can't tell him what that meant because it was a spoiler, and his community was very, like, if you even said anything like, hey, you know, even the most basic stuff that could be considered a spoiler, you would just get banned. So then everybody just had to laugh as he was like confused as fuck. Yeah, the trophy guy. Yeah, yeah, there's a little bit of disparage on that one, but yeah, what can you do? There you go. Another portal. If I remember correctly, jumping in the portal here takes you back to the main world. Right? I can't remember how the portal works on the meditation cube. Fuck it, we'll find out anyways. Yes? No? Maybe? Yes, it is main world. But it returns here. Oh, sweet. Alright. So, we jump there. This is the method. This was in the main world, and so we go here. Oh, nice. Wait, what if I find another meditation cube, Latali? How does that work? Is it always just like whichever one you entered through first, or entered through last is the one that it takes you back to? I had 2 meditation cubes side by side in one of my recent runs. Sad they didn't have different resources. Yeah, it's just one little box. That would be cool though if it did something like, I don't know, special for that, because it's got to be really rare. It takes you back to the last one, the last entry. Okay. That's cool. Jumping several parallel worlds in a single jump. Okay, so we got one of the hardest player portals just fucking done right there, accidentally. I wasn't even fully prepared, but oh yeah. Snowy Depths is where the other one that is going to be challenging is at, and I don't know on this one. I'm not sure. I know of some general formations to look for. Oh, there was a Nuko chilling there. But I don't remember knowing of like one. When I went through the main world, right, and I didn't see a formation, and I was like, oh, this is the spot. Let me look around and see if we can find, now that we have the ability to see through walls, because we did not get All-Seeing Eye, but once you go enough parallel worlds in, you do get to see, you get to see everything without having to have, it's like you have All-Seeing Eye. The fog basically just bugs out. But if I go back to the main world, it'll go back to having the regular fog. That was the quietest I've seen Dunk in a long time. Oh, just like sitting around for a while. Sorry, I was so focused up, thinking that like I'm afraid I'm gonna walk past the formation and not recognize it. It's the Lego hand, and damn it, we may have to pull up the ones that it shares with. Basically, the formations are part of a family. You're just looking for one of the formations that's in that family. The thing is, the family should exist in all parallel worlds. It just doesn't mean that the eye will necessarily be there. So I should be able to find at least one from the family. I may pull it up in a second. I think it's on. Yo, that scared the shit out of me. Fucking sheeped. Oh wait, is this? Is this the one? No, that's not the one. It's kind of like that, where it has the little branching out things, but that one is, I think, combined with that there. I am fish. We are fish. I don't know. I'll have to try in a parallel world. Maybe I'll do a better job at recognizing whatever formation it is in that family that I am missing, because I am missing it big time. You know the formations. Lego hand, and then little branches, and then... I don't remember the other ones, honestly. I may have to pull up that damn... I think it's on the wiki, yeah? Next to the Lego hand, it can either be metal pipes or a metal box with loot inside. Oh wait, does it always have to be next... Oh, there we go. Explosion Weakening Curse, that's huge. Does it always have to be next to a Lego hand? Remember, those features do not focus on the Lego hand. Oh, okay, so pipes or a metal box with loot inside. The metal box, you mean like the tall one, right? Like the with the loot inside with a wand on top, yeah? It says yeah, okay. Well, shit. Grab that. We already have water material. We're getting into good shape for killing the Leviathan now. Okay, so it's this formation. Oh, not a wall. Yeah, it's a chest spawn here, and then the Lego hand will sometimes put the chest spawn down here, right? So we're looking for this, and we're looking for this. Pipes. Fucking tall box. That's what we're hunting for. And not always Lego hand. Okay, so we'll just look for those two things then. Try not to get too hyper focused on the Lego hand. Dunk, scroll up in chat. You should scroll up a bit in there. Oh, in the Discord? Scroll up a bit. Is that safe to hit play? It's chat, I'm scared.
Smash.
Yes.
Smash. 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 Smash.
All right, you're all banned. We're getting a new community. We're deleting this one. We're getting a new one. This time, we don't let any weebs in. No weebs. I think that's where I went wrong. You let in one weeb. This was Nibble's response to it. What's it? Abysmal dog shit. Yeah, exactly. Burn it all down. Burn it all down. Got to start a new community, a different one. This time, no weebs, and I think that they'll be much less degenerate because of it. Are you making a new JSON file without weebs? Yes, exactly. No weebs allowed. Because of that, I'll give you information. Hey, Dunk, how many note portals have you taken? One. We're only counting one of the note portals because apparently they're the same entity. And as long as we just summon one of them, it's like 2 ways to get like the same portal. So they only count it as one. So we've already done our note portal. Why was something going to be wrong with the notes? What would have been wrong with the notes? Weren't you looking for the tentacles earlier? Yeah, I was going to farm up some hearts. I was going to do some freeze tentacle heart farming with it, but now it feels like unnecessary. That seems like semantics. Well, it's the same portal, right? I mean, isn't it the same portal? What exactly are you looking for? We are looking for... well, down here I'm kind of just like gathering resources, but I found up a lot of the stuff I was looking for. I would like another explosive projectile if I can. It's not super necessary. We're mainly going to be looking in snowy depths. We're looking for the buried eye. Latali says it's the exact same entity. Yeah, so the eye is the exact same entity. And so if you consider them 2 different, that means you'd have 14 portals rather than 13. Which is, you know, it was 13 because we kind of went over this during like the little Noita game show. Indoor cat, should I be afraid? What are you linking over there? Oh, wait, that formation? Really? I don't even know what the hell. The point is, once you see the something that's part of the family, then you just know to check that spot in parallel worlds. That's all you need. That's how you hunt down, not just for the eye portal thing that we're doing, which really isn't much of a reason to do that, other than maybe there is an achievement, like there's a pillar you get for solving the eye, I guess. So maybe that could be the reason you're doing it. But it's the same ruling for like wands and stuff, for wand puzzles. So that's why it's kind of nice to know about the whole puzzles. Solving the eye. Well, no, the snowy depths eye is the buried eye, which is not necessarily the eye puzzle. Can I get both? Nice, nice. The dice was nice. Now we have chainsaws for days, apparently. Used these long ago, but better late than never. There you go. Pretty simple way to heal up if I need it. I was next to a heart anyways, but I was just kind of testing it out. We already found the meditation cube, so we don't need to look in this zone at all. We've already completed that one. And then here we got a bad guy. Kill the bad guy. Extra health. I dig it.
Do it.
And then we're looking for... Oh, shit! Well, well...
Do it.
There we are! And yeah, there was no Lego hand there. Nice, nice. Well, this is actually a little bit faster than I planned. I thought we were going to be grinding for couple more parallel worlds, but I guess not. We're going to put the Nala on the black hole for a second. That may sound a bit crazy, but hear me out. There's a reason. Is that a little too... Come on. There we go. Being annoying. I think we don't. I think we just need the same amount of liquid that these oh fuck. I think we just need the same amount of liquid that these regular portals use, right? Because it's one of these eyes right here, but just buried in the snow. Oh fuck. Damn, I dug it too thin, and now I keep messing it up whenever I go to grab out the telly juice.
Hi Dunk. Speaking of chainsaws, I'm new to Noita and your stream. Can you explain chainsaw wrapping? Also, you're a great streamer and you have a full head of luscious and lustrous hair.
Mods, keep an eye on this guy. He's got future mod potential. 100% a legitimate chatter right there, not anybody memeing. All serious stuff. Who was that? Oh, Tandag. Yes, this is the first I'm hearing this brand new name. Never before seen. Okay, let's do a little bit of digging here. Come on, go away, snow, go away. Actually, wait, I think the snow's okay because it props up the telly a little bit. So you pour the telly into the eye, and then, oops, oh. It's kind of turning off and on. Hopefully it stays on. Then we can use the...
Gotcha, bitch.
What the hell was that nonsense?
What is happening? There it goes. That's weird. It's like some of the snow is like messing with it. The Texas power grid. It's the power. Listen, Miksu. If it wasn't for those damn windmills, this portal would have never turned off. You shut your damn mouth. Got that. Alright. Woo! The portal. Does this one work the same way? Where if you take this, it goes back to... Yeah, it does. Nice. Okay. Now... Wow, so we got the ones that I was a little bit nervous about. Now we have to kill Kolmi. He'll drop a portal. We have to kill the Leviathan, because he will also drop a portal. And then we have to find the tentacle portals. So... let's do that. In fact, it shouldn't be that hard to find. It's actually a somewhat common spell. Kind of just been unlucky that we haven't come across it yet. And at least I probably came across it, just wasn't paying attention to it, honestly. Ooh! Please don't hurt me. Damn it, wrong tentacles. Let's go back and let's get that melee immunity that apparently I was not looking and went right past. Wait, what? Portal was there? Wait, really? Hold on. Melee immunity. I'm missing everything. I'm missing everything. Okay, so where did you see it? It wouldn't have been here, right? And there was a wand. Not a wand, there's a spells right there, not that. Where did you... was it in the mountain? The wand in the mountain. Which mountain are we talking about? Is it... am I just scrolling past it over and over? Vex said, bruh. The Holy Mountain below vault. Okay. Are you sure? Are you drunk? Are you on the drugs? You're not talking about that, are you? Oh, it's right. I was distracted. I was distracted by the tentacles. Listen, it happens to weebs all the time. Don't go blaming me. I didn't notice it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Chet. All right, well. Now you may be asking yourself, why do these count as a summoned player portal if part of the ruling is that the portal has to be usable, meaning like that you can actually teleport the player? Because these portals can actually teleport the player, which I did not know until like the last couple weeks. That was a discovery that has been, I guess, somewhat, you know, or like somewhat a recent discovery, at least made mainstream has been somewhat recent. I'm wording that wrong. The knowledge that it can be used as a portal that the player can enter has recently been made public knowledge, I guess. I don't know if there's somebody out there that was aware of that forever ago, but I had no idea. Most of my chat had no idea, but I know that sounds interesting, and when I heard it, I was like, oh, this could be really interesting. We try to goof around a little bit with it. It's not as interesting as it sounds. It's basically like kind of like a glitch / bug. And even then there's certain criteria that has to be met. Like I don't think you can have like any perks, and I think you're not supposed to have like a stain on you. That was like whenever they were having the chat was trying to help me recreate the portal jump. They were saying like do this, do that. I have no idea which things have to be in place, but it's a bug / glitchy thing. It's not that exciting. A little bit janky. Where does it take you? Apparently it takes you towards somebody had drew like there's like an X coordinate, I think, in like the world that like pulls you towards it or some shit. It just teleports you a little bit of distance, and it, depending on where you cast it at, it's not like consistent. Well, no, it is consistent as long as the portal isn't consistently in the exact same spot. Show it. I think somebody, where's a clip of it, damn it. I'm gonna say it was Conga that did it. Let's see, from Conga. You cast it, you have to restart your game. Wait, do we even check to see what that game was that was open in the background? Okay, Risk of Rain 2. All right, I'm just saying, listen, it's Conga. It could have been anything. We don't know. And then, boom. There you go. You can see you used the portal. It worked. It has these really specific criteria that must be met. I have no idea if you could literally try to do it with all the perks and shit that I have going on right now, but it's a little bit goofy. Who knows, man? They also had I think they had a picture somewhere that showed the... Oh, there it is. There's the people that talked about it. Simple explanation. The intense concentrated light spell can be tricked into enabling every component on the player, enabling the... Oh, this is the discussion where you can also... It also messes with the player's visuals, where it makes it so that your player, and this is non-modded, this is vanilla, it turns on all of the transformations. So like the mushroom head, the spider like torso, all that crap turns on whenever you use the this so like have this wand, tinker everywhere, and no other items or perks. Mod restart in the empty region above the gold room. Fire this wand once, then mod restart again. Transform into this. So there, like I said, it's not, again, there's probably a little bit more you could do with it, but because it's like all these specific like jankiness and bugginess, I don't know. I haven't seen anybody do anything that I was like, ooh, I want to try that. But we'll see. We'll give it time. Maybe somebody will make a big discovery using this information and do something really wild. Till then, I chill. Till one of these people come up with a genius thing. Unmodded? Yeah, that's vanilla. Alright. What else we got here? So we got all that in place. Screw it. Let's, as long as we get a win soon, we have more enough time for either a random start run or Twitch integration. I'm cool with both of these. So let's make some smart moves and let's run on down to the portal. And in case you're curious, yes, I am going to take the portal. The portal will take us back to the main world, which is fine with me. Take the portal. Oh, there's a polymage right there. Portal takes us back to the main world. Run over here. Kill this chump.
Candy from a baby, which is fine by me.
Which is fine by me. And then we can swap these. Five orb Kolmi, he should be kind of a joke. Where the hell did he just go? The fuck? Oh, shit. Get your ass back here. Stop that. Dude, why is he shooting so many of those? Bugged? There we go. And then he summons in a portal. We're not going to lock in the win yet. Some of you got scared. Some of you started sweating. I know it. I would never make such a silly mistake. And actually, if we locked it in, as long as we didn't die, we still could win the challenge. So, there's another portal. One portal remains. One portal remains for us, and that is the Leviathan Portal. Add trigger onto this spark bolt. But, actually that doesn't matter really. That there. Change this into a triple. Good. And then, oh, I forgot. We're supposed to add in the weakening curse. I think I probably should put it in the payload delivery thing, but whatever. Top left or mid left. There's our portal from before that lets us go to the desert. There, go back. They should make multiplayer DLC. Well, there are some mods made by the Noita community that can add multiplayer to the game. In fact, the most popular one right now, I'd say probably is Entangled Worlds, which I have no idea if they're still super active, but those guys working on that project used to be insanely active a couple months ago. I haven't checked on it in a little while. Entangled Worlds is basically as close to true multiplayer as you will ever get in Noita, because I mean, the game doesn't, the engine is not exactly built for multiplayer. It's going to lag like crazy. But the guys behind the Entangled Worlds do lots of programming, you know, tricks, and it does a pretty darn good job. Then there's Noita Together, which is something that our community used to regularly play. Well, we've been burned out on it. It's got some issues and everything, but you can play with that with like, fucking, we played it with 120 people. It's pretty cool, but it's not true multiplayer. That's more of a multiverse, while Entangled Worlds is true multiplayer. Okay, hold up. Let me just... Alright. If we remove this weakening curse, and we try to shoot at him, watch the difference. You see this? Look at this. 2,751. 2,664. It's because the boss naturally only takes 1% explosion damage. Very small. But you could kill him with this if you just, you know, did this for a while. You just keep shooting him. He would eventually die. But this right here will bump it up another 25%, or, you know, somewhere around there. And that will make your damage significantly higher than that 1%, which then you can kill him much quicker. And he does drop a greater chest, which looks like it was literally just a heart, which is kind of lame. Then he drops a portal. And the portal takes you to these Leviathan portals. We aren't counting these as part of the summoned player portals because they're already there. But the Leviathan one was a summoned one. And there it is. We have summoned in all 13 player portals in a single run. Took a little bit. Had a couple mishaps. But today I told you. Listen, if you missed it, it may seem like a silly run to be like, oh shit, we did it. But the last couple Noita streams that I've done, there have been freak accidents trying to do this exact run where we summon in every player portal. If you type !death, you can see the most recent accident that happened last stream, but not today. Today was all about flawless gameplay. I told you guys I would deliver. Some people doubted. The haters doubted. But flawless gameplay. Oh shit. Oh shit. Don't jump into an area with Polly while talking about flawless gameplay, please. The green magic missile death clip was pure skill issue. You even identify you fucked up by just not grabbing the dangerous one. I mean, yes, I did say that immediately, but I'm just saying the fact that it played out that way is still bullshit. Because the fact that that enemy, it's like, yes, there was ways for me to improve, for sure. But the fact that that enemy immediately drops down, grabs the wand, routes perfectly through the area, and then shoots me with it was kind of crazy, man. That was what was made it bullshit. It's because you can have an enemy standing right here, and you could sometimes be right here. That enemy will just pace back and forth for 7 hours, and you're like, come on, you can do it. But that dude was locked in. He saw that wand. He was a fucking bot on a mission. He like sees me, and then he's like, all right, grab the wand, all right, and then beat his ass. It all happened so quick. TI, of course. Well, I'll let you guys vote if you guys want Twitch integration or to do a random start run. But I'm also going to cast the end of everything. I think that could be a fun one. The end of everything. Everything else in the wand is not needed at all. It's all just nonsense. Just casting the end of everything. And where we're going, we don't need wands or flasks. I'll levitate as long as I can. I don't have any teleport. This only ends one way. God help us. GG. Lock it in? Alright, let's lock it in. Locking it shop isn't for like another hour. You fool. I won! Do. Now, chat. This is the Noita random start location run. We're gonna get 2 attempts. You have to. The bet is gonna be for 2 attempts. I'm not opening the bet yet because I want to show you what it is in case you're confused. There's no room for being like, wait, I didn't know. I'll be like, you knew, you piece of shit. You knew. So what's going to happen is, and this isn't the run, this is an example, it throws us into a random biome in Noita. So this one says, the vault. And wait, have we still not marked off the vault? Kind of crazy. So when you go to your mods, my mods, I should say, and we look through all of the biomes in Noita, if it is red, it means that I have gotten a win there before, and I removed it from the list. My overall goal in Noita right now is to get a win from every single biome in the game. And you just start with the basic loots, by the way. Like, it's just, you just have your basic spark bolt, like bomb, whatever flask. It's very basic. Yeah, I will be updating the title in 1 second. I get 2 attempts. You see all the zones, right? You see them all. We've only removed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did I recount that out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we've removed 9 places. There's still a lot of zones that I have to eliminate. I get 2 attempts. 2 attempts. Don't forget about that. Meaning if I die, I still get to go another time before I lose the bet. I just have to win 1 time out of the 2 attempts. Exclamation mark, yes, you think I'm going to win. Exclamation mark, no, you think I'm going to lose. Oh, and I forgot to read the list. There is a list, right? There's always a list. And look at this. Some people have been, look at you guys, been talking so much shit lately, saying that nobody in the channel has a streak. Well, this list here says something different than what you're saying. Lenny McDuck earned a golden yes sign. 7 yes predictions in a row. So McDuck, congratulations on your golden yes and your 7 streak at the same time. Good work. Good work there, McDuck. Overcast actually earned their 7 streak as well. Overcast, congratulations on your 7 predictions in a row. You did good. You did good. A lot of people out there were doubting this run. Toe Soccer with the 21 prediction streak. That is 3 7 streaks in a row, which is impressive, Toe Soccer. But Ahave actually one-upped you with his 28 prediction streak. That is 4 7 streaks in a row. That's damn impressive. Damn impressive. And you know what, Ahave? I'm glad that you hit this 28 streak on this run, because it goes to show all the doubters out there that, you know, people saying, oh, he's never going to win this run, where clearly just they're baiting, right? They're baiting, because the real believers, the people with the actual streaks, are believers. Have's proof of that. Imagine downing Chase on a bet. They did. Simple Banana, Sink-a-Link, and Low Average. They all had -6s, actually. That's, you know, coincidental, I think, probably. All right, there we go. Hey, if you got left behind, that's on you. That's on you. I stalled as much as I could. Chat, I think I got this, but, you know, we got to give it 100%. We got to give it 100%. What do you mean figures? What do you mean figures? What's that supposed to mean? I'm over here about to show you greatness.
The fuck is that?
There could be enemies along the way. Things happen. That's the thing about Noita. You never say it's in the bag, right? You gotta be like, you gotta always be locked in, like me. Always focus, no distractions. Get that win. All of the random starts have been ultra easy lately. The thing is, they're not necessarily ultra easy. It's like I make them look ultra easy. You feel me? You see what I'm saying? Like at the end, every single one of them will be marked off, and you're like, wait a second, this challenge was so easy. You did every last biome, and then you can maybe try it yourself, and then you'll be like, holy shit, it's impossible. What I'm trying to say is, I make this shit look easy, baby. Woo! Come on, dancing my way up the pyramid. What was this biome, by the way? Just desert? No, that one is Watchtower. You gotta remember that there's several of them that have a possibility of just being like near the surface. So Watchtower, that's that big lava arrow thing. There's also still some of the floating islands, which I forget all of their names, but those will also be pretty easy starts. Mines, collapse mines. The thing is, chat's praying for some of these damn near impossible starts, though. Some of them are evil. Wizard's Den's very rough. The throne room is like a true nightmare. Forgotten Cave is a really bad one. Lake's easy mode. Where's the throne room? Is it not? Maybe it's labeled slightly differently. Oh, there it is. It's right in the center of this reds. That one right there is literally spawning on a boss in an area that's like already very difficult to survive, even when you have a good run going. And I'm gonna start out just chilling there. I don't know how we're gonna get through that shit. I'm scared. Is there Kolmi's lair or the work? You talking about where like Kolmi spawns? That's the lab, the ancient lab. I think it's what's called. The laboratory, there we go. Ancient lab, I think, is the one where it's near the yeah, that's the area with all the liquids and crap that is near the surface. Where the Alchemist spawns, or next to him. Where's the throne room? Picture, you know the Mage's Den? And there at the very bottom right of the Mage's Den, there is the Master of Masters. That's considered the throne room, where the Master of Masters spawns. Enjoy this run because it's one of the few easy starts left. There's a couple. I want to say there's at least like 6 more. There's at least 6 more. But I am running a little bit low. Remember, chat, the TI was a lie? TI was not a lie, but I mean, it depends on the setup, you know. If we get a really nice setup, then we can blast our way to Kolmi and make it happen. I'm surprised many of you guys want TI after the beatdown I gave you guys yesterday. Yeah, you heard me. The beatdown. Getting spanked. Chat ended yesterday's stream raging because I farmed that dub on them. They weren't ready. It's 8 a.m. EST. If you think Dunk is doing TI after this run. Yeah, it's 7:15 a.m. here in Texas. It's a little early / late, I guess, depending on how you look at it. And I'm hungry as fuck. But we at least got another 40 minutes in stream today. The beatdown where you made us duck and cover from your baldness? No, what the hell logic is this? No. You guys were cowering in fear of my top tier gameplay. They're like, oh my god, he's him. And I was like, I've been telling you guys for a long time I'm him, but you just weren't paying attention. Oops, the fire went out even before I polyed. The reason for polying is that if you're on fire and you poly yourself, it will remove whatever stains are on you. The reason I don't do that more often is because it is kind of risky. You know, you could poly into something that is not exactly ideal for the situation. But it seemed like it was pretty safe. There wasn't really any enemies nearby. Don't want to risk that fire burning me. Chat doesn't rage because you win. They rage because you are a sore winner. What? Claiming skill when it's mostly luck? Sore winner. I always put out my hand to shake it with. I'm always like, chat, you put up a good fight. You did your best. Where was the start? It was the watchtower, which is like, you know, in the desert. That watchtower that sometimes people, when they're telling really quick, accidentally telly directly into it and the lava kills them. I remember, what's his name, had that happen in the last couple months. Cobalt, the Binding of Isaac player, was on a Noita kick, and he was telling along in the overworld, and you know, whenever chat links me a clip like that, I can already see it coming, because it's like they're there's always that, it's like exact area, right? They're telling really quick, they're over the desert, you're like, oh shit, it's about to happen, and then straight in the lava they go.
No. 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 Oh, I didn't think I was that high. Oh, no. Oh, no, dude. Oh, no.
We tried to teach him about chainsaws, but he wouldn't have it. Really? Want to learn the greatness of our Lord and Savior, the chainsaw? When you're a new guy, it can be a bit overwhelming because you're trying to grasp so many things at once that it's just like, please, no more of this shit. But once you actually grasp the chainsaw stuff, it's kind of like, ooh, this is nice. This is real nice. There it is. So, we have some good options. Can you get a good puzzle wand from the cave, the first biome? I mean, like the wand stats itself can be okay. I don't think you're gonna be like, oh yeah, baby. It's just like, you'll get like spark triggers or maybe even chainsaws. Stuff like that is why it's kind of exciting to get. Hoping that you'll get some spells that you can use long term. The wand itself is usually like a just for the early game. Then you quickly switch away. Oh, here we go. We're burning again. It's me. The Robo. Literally never died to the watchtower. Was close a couple times though. Really? You've never died to the watchtower? Yet you just stared at a puddle of lava and just dove headfirst into it? That's surprising. It's always a shuffle wand. It can get better spells though. I'm not sure how good a spells. Like, I can't remember if you can get heals on it. I don't know why whenever I think of getting heals on a puzzle wand, I always think of the Snowy Depths wand. I think because I've had it happen multiple times. And that wand has a natural piercing. So you're like, heals on a piercing wand? Like instantly just tons of full heals. How would you go about making a wand that deals around 10 to the power 21 damage without the tentacle plus spells to power trick? Without tentacle spells to power, there's several different methods actually. What are you trying to deal damage to first off? Is it Kolmi? There's a couple cool ones that are actually pretty easy to use that you may be interested in. What is this random spawn if he is 12 in and already in the mines? I mean, just an elite gamer, that's all. Just a god gamer in his natural habitat. Okay, I fucked up on that throw. My bad. My bad. New game plus 28, 36 orb Kolmi is my goal. I'm still in new game plus 11 though, so my current wand is doing well. Okay, well, it depends on how cheesy you want to get, but just know the easiest method that doesn't take a lot of like deep knowledge. You don't have to be like, all right, here's some, you know, insanely complex wand building. Instead, there is a perk called a Hungry Ghost. And that Hungry Ghost eats projectiles and actually gives your character like a 4-second buff. Well, if you cast Cessation, where your character disappears and then returns, this resets the buff. But your Hungry Ghost can now eat another projectile. So what you do is you chain this, where your Hungry Ghost eats something, then you cast Cessation. When you return, have him eat something again, cast Cessation. You just keep repeating this, and next thing you know, he's giving you like 100 buffs. So we've actually done the equivalent of one-shotting the new game plus 28 36 orb boss. We one-shot him with a single Spark Bolt. That's how powerful the Hungry Ghost buff gets, because its growth is exponential. Its damage spirals like crazy. But you need the Cessation because you need that to reset the timer, otherwise the buff disappears after 4 seconds. So you need to do like 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 4, 3, 2, and just keep resetting that. What happened to the nightmare streaking? I was hacked. We'll find out who's to blame. Then we'll start a new nightmare streak. Why are you laughing? I'll try that out. Thanks. I'm kind of stuck on 10 to power 2 to power 12 damage at the moment. Well, the Hungry Ghost method is pretty easy. Like once you got it going, it's like holy crap! And the damage is insane, but it's not exactly the most fun thing to use because you're constantly having to cast Cessation. So your character's like disappear, return, disappear, return. So I don't know if you'll be super happy with using it on regular enemies, but for taking out Kolmi, it's real nice. All right, let's drop this in here. Fuck, it landed on its side. Classic. All right, let's walk far away. Can you use Cessation off of a Wisp with a trigger that casts Cessation over and over? No, because well, there may be something no, it wouldn't work. I can't think of anything that would make that work. There's for several reasons. First off, you can't store Cessation inside of another thing. Oh shit, there's a battle going on there. It doesn't let you store Cessation inside of another spell in the same way that the End of Everything doesn't let you store it inside of another spell, if I remember correctly. Like you can't put the End of Everything inside of an egg and then like just leave it on the ground. You know, if something cracks the egg, it casts the End of Everything. It doesn't work like that. That can make things a little bit funky. Also, whenever you cast Cessation, you actually lose ownership of all the other spells that are currently flying around. So if you ever do a build that is like where you shoot and then you cast Cessation at the same time, well, that projectile that's flying out, you no longer own it, and this will result in getting trick kills and stuff. Like you can farm a lot of trick blood money off of abusing Cessation. How many reward statues have you ever gotten in a single run? I think we got in a single run. It was pretty much we've gotten every single reward statue, but we did break like the speedrun ones into their own runs. Even though you can get them in the same run, but it just seemed better to do them when they have their own dedicated run. Like the no-hit, the pacifist, stuff like that, we broke them into their own runs so that it was part of the, I don't know, it just made more sense for the challenge. But I think you can actually get all of them. I think it was Nutty. I think it was Nutty. Somebody's talking about it in the last couple weeks or months where you could just literally jump from like jump parallel worlds and stuff and get them in every single statue in a single run. Is that the next event? Collecting every gold statue? We've gotten them all though. We've gotten them all before. So I had to walk all the way off to the side is because I was unloading this area right here because my flask that I threw into the liquid landed on its side. So by walking far away, and then walking back, it corrects the way that the flask was sitting in the liquid. Then once we've done that, we can just kind of shoot, and it will burn away the that, and now we have a full flask of teleportadium. And we have a black hole, which is pretty wild. In fact, let's just go ahead and move on, I guess. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, oh, baby. Wand experiment. What is going on right now? Speed run this and give us another run back to back? We could probably haul ass for this run pretty comfortably. I just so busy trying to hit this guy, just tank that to the face. Ooh.
Do it.
What am I doing? Do it. What am I supposed to be doing? What are we fighting for? Honestly, we can move ahead pretty quickly. There's no reason to drag it out too long. Oh yeah. Oh damn.
Spin!
Your dream luck is showing. So jealous right now. So jealous.
See this guy right now. He is drenched
you know
in
what?
sweat.
I'm actually gonna take this and just say fuck it to the stuff that I currently have going on. Let's go. Another short telly on a better wand though. It's whatever. Damn. There's some good loot on this fucking seat. We've been here like 2 seconds. Finding some mega loot. Another ad mana? What is going on? Actually, it doesn't matter. Let's see. We do that. At this point, all we need is some kind of non-shuffle that's not trash, and then we're set. Show the seed, please. Boom, there it is, right there in the corner. You got that Lasiachi ad mana mod? No. Why 2 ice modifiers? It does add +5 ice per each. I usually don't like to run multiple of them though, because it just seems kind of wasteful. They're not exactly worth 10 mana for the additional 5 damage. But since this wand right now is kind of shit, I figured we'll just run it for now. We'll do it for now. Until we get a little something going. What you got there, buddy? Trash wand? Kind of. Add mana. Luminous spark bolt? That's all you would need, and that thing would just, like, drill stuff. But I'm lazy.
Cheese.
Pretty straightforward boss killer, but eh.
Baba Booey.
Huh. That would help this wand out a lot. But, oh well.
Baba Booey.
Oh well. 0.37 for 550. We grab greed.
Baba Booey.
550.
Baba Booey.
Alright. Shut your mouth, chat.
Baba Booey.
Don't be annoying.
Baba Booey.
Alright, you're pushing it now.
Baba Booey.
I'm rich.
Baba Booey. Baba Booey. Baba Booey.
What the hell's gotten into you, chat?
Baba
What the
Booey.
fuck? What the fuck?
Baba Booey.
Should re-roll those perks at least once.
Baba Booey.
First, let me farm this dub. Chat, stop being annoying.
Baba Booey.
Okay, for the love of God.
Baba Booey.
Alright, I muted DunkBot. Chat's just being obnoxious now. Alright. There we go. Chat, you had 1984? What? You guys were just repeating the same shit over and over. I actually don't want to kill this Steve. Oh, actually, wait, no. This one wouldn't matter, would it? Oh, well. Shit. I do want that. We could use the freeze tentacle on the dragon, and who cares? We're already looking so good. There's no reason. There's no reason. Dude, there's Admonas everywhere on this seed. They're just like all over the place. I have no idea why there's so many. Acid potion. I actually took some damage on that one. Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention how close I was to that. Dude, I'm getting some lag right here. So much shit going on. Do not break the acid potion, please. Wait, what? There we go. There you go. That was just... oh shit! That was a bit spicier than I wanted. Turned that corner and they were like, hello? Got there, more love. Sure. Sorry, I'm just locked in over here, just focused up. You know how it goes. Sure. garbage. Random teleport. What are you yapping about? I can't remember if the acid potion does very well against the 2 orb. I don't remember. We'll find out. Not the greatest. I think if I threw it at him rather than doing the toss method, maybe it'd be better. I gotta watch out when he puts that shield back up, because he will catch my projectiles and fuck me up. There you go. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen. We got him. There we go, baby. There we go. Blast didn't kill it. Yeah, it only did like half health. But I think, so the flask has to be traveling at a certain speed whenever it hits Kolmi to break. And a lot of speedrunners, they don't do that whole, like, I do a law because it's easy when it comes down to just grab the salt. But if you throw it and grab the salt quick enough, the acid hits pretty well. Like it like bursts into him, and I think you get more damage out of it. But I never practice that shit, so then I always miss it. There it is, win number 2,644. There it is, chat. Let me lock in the win. Let me lock it in. Oh shit, I can't hear my celebration. Do do do. While I would love Scuff celebration, I would love to hop into a little bit of Twitch integration right now, but I actually got to take care of some stuff today. I got some things to take care of. So we're going to be playing some more Noita in like 15 or 16 hours. So don't be sad. Don't be sad. More Noita's coming today for some good old weekend Noita in 15 hours. But I do need to wrap it up for today. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I did not lie. I was not a liar. It's just we ended up doing a run. Look, the run took half an hour. Over half an hour. It was not a scam. It was not a scam. But I had a ton of fun hanging out with you guys today. Thank you for making my Thursday night / Friday morning a good one. Thank you, thank you. And like I said, I'll be back in like 15 or 16 hours. We're going to be playing some more Noita. More Noita, more sweat. And look what we have right here. Look at this beautiful group. We got Aaron hitting the 7 streak. Aaron, congratulations on your 7 predictions correct. Good to see some streaks out there are still holding strong. And -7 going out to Syndicate. Syndicate, you earned a dunce cap. It is in your backpack. You can equip it whenever you like. And then, well, that was the end of the streaks. Let's see. People be asking a philosophical question of what is a win anyways. That would be Aqua. Aqua's just mad because we watched his death clip before we did that run. And he was like, oh yeah? Let me show you. Aqua, listen, don't let your own mistakes blind you. Because now your 6 streak is dead because of your foolish prediction. Foolish Aqua. Silly boy. And actually, you know who's on right now? Celerity right now is playing a little bit of Brotato, which I think ended up actually getting an update or has a big update planned. So I wouldn't mind watching a little bit of Brotato right now to see what all it's about. I only have like, how many hours do I have in Brotato? Let me check. I am a Brotato noob. I do think it was like one of the best, if not the best, of the Vampire Survivors like genre. But I was so burned out by the time I made it to Brotato. I was like, damn, this one's really good. But also, I kind of don't want to play any more Vampire Survivor games. I was just, because if you guys remember back when Vampire Survivors popped off, it was like the next, again, 20 games that I tried on stream were all of that same type. And so it just burned me out on it. But it's been a while. It's been a while, so maybe it's time. It has the beta update. Okay, it's on the beta. But I bet you Celerity would be playing on The beta, right? I guess we can ask him when we get there, yeah? We'll ask him when we get there. You know, Celerity, he's a good streamer. He's streaming all the time. And he's hit us with love and support all the time, so the least we could do is hit him with some sweaty loving back. There's one important thing, though, you guys need to know about the Celerity raid, is that he's a massive weeb, all right? You know, around here, listen, we talk shit about the weebs, but I let you guys, you know. So there are some decent animes out there. I'm not blind. I'm not blinded with hatred of weebs to not realize that there is some pretty good anime out there. But that doesn't make me a weeb, okay? I told you guys I submitted an application to be a weeb because I thought that was what you do when you watch anime. And then when they said, okay, what's your favorite anime of all time? And I said, okay, top anime all time, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. They gave me an ugly look. They were like, what the fuck? And then I said, and then I'm going to put Naruto up there. And they shredded my application to be a weeb right in front of my face. And I vowed to never accept weebs in my life after that, because I realized that weebs are people that got lost in the sauce. They watched anime and they were like, this isn't a show, this is my life. And they began to draw too much of a connection with those characters. And that is why people like Celerity, they're a lost cause. They didn't watch fucking I don't know, Jujutsu Kaisen, thinking that they thought it was a good anime. They thought it was a documentary. They thought this is real life. So when you get in there, Celerity is going to try to push some weeb propaganda. He's actually, you know what he's going to do? He's going to make the classic move, and he's going to call me a weeb. That is because he's trying to get you guys to say, wait, if Dunk's a weeb, then weebs must be pretty normal, chill dudes. Don't fall for the bait. Don't fall for it, chat. Have fun hanging out with Celerity. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, and I'll see you tonight for our Friday night Noita stream, okay? I'm just yapping. Thanks for your stream. Aw, thank you, Stardust, for being here. He's gonna say some weeb shit. I know he is. Don't fall for it. He always does. Don't fall for it, chat. I'll see you in 15 hours. Be ready for Noita. Be ready to get sweaty. Deuces.